like before I seen the lineup, I was quietly confident, and I've been saying that all week because it's the truth.
Yeah,
but seeing that lineup, right?
Yeah,
it's slightly gone down. Well, it's gone down because I just the one thing you need, right? And you've even said this yourself, Richard. Yeah, like you have to win the midfield battle against City because if you don't, you're fucked.
Yeah. And to me, that's the key to this. The teams here, Man City's midfield three are a lot better than our midfield three, and unless some miracle happens and they get stuck in the mud or something on the pitch, I don't know. We are going to get overrun in midfield, aren't we? By the look of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I see it. But I mean, Arteta must have a plan with the team he's picked. He's got a lot of youth in there, a lot of pace. Maybe that's what he's looking at. Maybe he's going to soak it up and look to catch him on the break. But I can't see how that midfield is going to soak anything up. Guendouzi can't keep his position. You know, Xhaka is likely to give away lots of free kicks if he sits too deep and tries to defend. I just can see it being a disaster. But hopefully we're wrong.
If I'm Arteta, right, the one player I'd be telling that our midfield or like our defense to sit on is David Silva. You mark him out the fucking game, mate.
Yeah. Who have we got to do that, though? I mean, Xhaka, but I can't see Xhaka be able to mark David Silva out of the game. Guendouzi will be able, you know, he's got the energy, but has he got the discipline to mark someone out of the game? I don't think he has. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, if anyone was going to do that job out of the squad that we've got, you'd think Maitland-Niles would have probably been a better man marker, possibly, out of all the players we've got. I don't know. I just can't understand the team lineup at all. I mean, David Luiz, you know, sure you'd put David Luiz instead of Mustafi in. David Luiz was playing well before the break. He didn't know what fitness they're in, I suppose. But David Luiz, for me, should have been playing. I don't understand what's gone on there. Tien is a bit of a shock as well at left back. He's not played for months, has he? So maybe there's a master plan. I'm going to trust Arteta because I look at the team and think this is terrible, but I'm going to trust Arteta and hopefully he's got some plan for this game that we just can't see.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. I trust Arteta to kind of, you know, how to put it, to kind of engineer a plan, like unlike the previous two managers, Wenger, like towards the latter years, and Unai Emery pretty much his entire tenure, basically.
Yeah.
But with Arteta, it feels like there's a sense of confidence, like not just amongst the fan base in general, but amongst like the group of players as well. So maybe that's something. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to make of it really, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure there's a plan there that Arteta's got somewhere. I can't personally see it at the moment, but I mean, looking at the bench, maybe that's the plan to try and keep it tight and then bring on some fresh legs later on, and maybe, you know, if we're still in the game 70 minutes, 65 minutes, then, you know, maybe a few subs coming on might make the difference. I don't think we've won in this kit yet either, have we?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
But, we've lost twice against Liverpool in it.
We've got a question in the chat already from Steve. He's saying, can Arsenal get top 5? And I'm going to say first, it all depends on tonight's result. If we lose tonight, I think it's all but done. And we're just battling for pride in that sense.
No, I think it's tight. I think any team that can get 2 or 3 wins, I think we said this yesterday, that has got a chance of getting back in there again. I mean, this is almost like a free hit pass. If we get anything here, it's a bonus, isn't it? Because we never get a result at Man City at the best of times. So, you know, it's maybe a free game in a sense, but I'm not going to worry too much about the results. Like, if we lose, I still think we're in it with 9 games left. We can still win 6 of them.
We'll be in it, but I think confidence-wise, this will completely knock them if they get battered today, like we're expecting from this lineup.
I don't know really.
It depends on their mentality, because this is the thing we were talking about yesterday in Kevin Campbell, and I said a very similar situation that George Graham came into, in the sense of the mentality. Arteta's got to do the same thing as George Graham did in his stall, by some miracle, a winning mentality in this squad, and quick.
And he maybe looks at the young players and thinks that they've got it more, because he's picked 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, really, hasn't he, in the starting team today? So he must feel that they've maybe got more of that winning mentality than some of the ones he's left out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it yet, but I think today, if we get a result today, then it's obviously we've got a great chance of getting top 5. Even if we lose, I don't think we're going to be out of it yet, because we've got a lot of games still to play, and in a short period of time we can win. If we can win 4 or 5 of our last sort of 9 games after this, we'll have a chance. I don't think anyone's going to win every game, are they?
No, definitely not. Not even Liverpool won't do that now.
When you look at
Liverpool won't need to.
When you look at, like, Spurs, United, Chelsea, us, none of them really have been consistent, which is why we're still within the shout. In fact, it kind of says how bad the quality of the league is when this is, without question, the worst Arsenal team I've ever seen in my life. And we're still within the shout of, like, getting into the Champions League. It's ridiculous.
I don't know, but I've seen worse Arsenal teams than this, but I mean, it's been the worst probably team that we've had for a long time. I agree, but the league has been.
Fair, mate, right? You're older than me, right? And I've been and I've been watching Arsenal since '97 when we were actually good.
So, it's definitely the worst team since then. Yeah, without a doubt. But having said that, we have got some good young players, and maybe this is the start of a new era, and it's it needs to be, doesn't it? I mean, Arteta's obviously is starting it all to the new manager and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but I don't know. I'm just worried about this game because I'm not confident this team can do it really. But anyway, we'll see what happens. It can't get any worse than I'm imagining. So anything better than what I'm thinking in my head is going to be a result, really, which is basically us getting hammered.
We've got a Liverpool fan in the chat as well, cheering on the Gunners tonight, hoping we win to help them out on Sunday. So
I hope we win and Liverpool lose 4-0 on Sunday. There you go. Because they're going to win the league anyway, aren't they?
Here's the thing, lads. They've won the league regardless. Whether they beat Everton or not, they've won the league regardless. So it doesn't really matter.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. No, exactly. Yeah, they've only got to win 2 games out of 9, haven't they? And one of them's against us. So
nah.
It'll be done by then.
Well, it's at the Emirates. I mean, thank fuck it's not at Anfield because we got a dreadful record there anyway.
Yeah, but without the fans and that, I think Anfield's not going to be an advantage for Liverpool. Really, this is not going to be an advantage for them, really, is it? No. Apart from the weather, they'll be a bit more used to the weather than we are. That's about it.
Also, to everyone wondering what Otto is, he will be here later. He's obviously coming home from work, and he said if he can, he'll join us around the second half, probably.
All right, cool. Yeah. We'll probably be losing by then, and we'll all be fed up, so we'll need some cheering up. Second half.
Well, I don't know if you know, but
Otto's got £200 rated on this thing right now.
Has he? Oh dear, not enough to win out.
He got a bit tipsy, so
after Sambuca shot, so fair enough.
Yeah. Wow. Oh dear. No, literally £200 on Arsenal to win the match. And what was it? The odds for that? That was something ridiculous.
Well, that was before the team come out. Well, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, this days ago. Well.
It had trebled in value now with this team, but.
They'll take the knee. We'll just put the knee. So
I'm about 2 seconds behind because I've got some feed going on. So
yeah, I'm on. I've got my stuff set up and I'm on Sky Go watching it. So I'm about 30 seconds behind what everyone else just kicked off.
Yeah, I'm behind everybody else. We're not kicked off yet. Yeah. But anyway,
at least the volume's off on my TV, so I don't have to listen to Guy and Neville spout his shit.
That's true.
I don't know who commentator is actually. Oh, Martin Tyler and Gary Neville. There you go. Oh, at least we're not losing anyway. That's good.
Yeah.
30 seconds and it's still 0-0.
Yeah.
We've not got a Tottenham.
Yeah. We conceded after about 30 seconds last year when we played him at Fairground.
Yeah. Iwobi and Mustafi.
We did.
Yeah.
Aguero scored actually, didn't he? He scored one in the first minute, didn't he? So if we can make the first minute, I'll be all right. We're better than last year.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Get that on the screen.
Keep the ball moving would be nice, but okay.
I mean, Guendouzi runs around a lot, doesn't he?
Go! Oh!
Go on, Eddie. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's offside. Oh, unlucky.
It would be. It just would be, wouldn't it? Steve's asking, are we glad to see the football's back now?
He wasn't offside, was he offside? He didn't look offside, did he?
VAR.
He didn't look offside.
No.
Oh, he was, yeah. Oh, no, fair enough, he was. He missed anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
See, I think he's pacing behind, that may be what the plan is. Long balls over the top, get him running in behind him in the Aubameyang.
That's the only way we're going to score a goal.
The relevance
midfield's dead anyway.
We've got a question in the chat asking, what do we think about the Ozil situation being left out completely? And do we think there's been a bust up on the training ground between Ozil and Arteta?
There's been something. I mean, Arteta said he was going to address it after the game, didn't he? So I'm assuming something happened, whether it's a training ground bust up, whether it's something to do with a contract. I don't know what it is. I really don't know, but something's definitely happened.
No.
Maybe he's just not working hard enough. Because Arteta even said like a few days ago, if you're not willing to put the effort in, we don't want you here.
What's he give there? Is that a free kick?
He's giving a free kick.
I didn't see it, but it looked like it was probably dodgy. Was that Sterling diving or what? I didn't really see it on the replay.
Ari did nothing wrong.
No, literally.
Well, he wiped him out, but the ball had already gone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's literally Sterling saw it, knocked the ball and just jumped into him basically and got a free kick. Yeah. Now De Bruyne first smashed it in top corner. You watch. Just to rub salt in the wound.
Well, we've still lasted 3 minutes more than last year.
Yeah.
Without conceding.
It's like Gundogan and De Bruyne that's taking it.
Yeah, De Bruyne by the looks of it. Yeah. He's done top corner.
Oh!
I'm not liking Leno's positioning either.
Ooh. That was good from Leno. Good save there.
I'm behind all used to, so every time you do something, I'm seeing it 5 seconds later. I haven't even seen the free kick yet. He's just taking it now. Oh, did he take that? That's a good say, that actually. Yeah. Well done, Leno. Oh, you did, yeah. Good little save, yeah. Quite close to him, though, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
You'd expect him to save it.
To be honest, I was expecting De Bruyne to go the opposite corner there to smash it in.
Yeah, up and down, yeah, but
yeah,
enough is a good save, so that'll go.
Xhaka's done.
Oh no, what a surprise. Oh, damn it. He lasted 4 minutes after 3 months out.
It's going to be the first of many that and injuries, I think.
Well, the ball just 4.5 minutes off his knee.
He's holding his ankle.
Yeah, but if his ankle was in the ground, I haven't seen a replay yet. I know he's fell over. Guendouzi fell over.
He wasn't part of it.
I think he fell over Guendouzi's leg, didn't he?
No.
Oh, bloody luck. Is Lucas on the bench? I haven't seen the bench actually. Most of them anyway.
No, he's injured. Torreira's injured. He'll probably bring Ceballos on, won't he? I would have thought if he's injured.
Torreira's not injured. He's fully fit. He's just not match sharp. And I think that's what.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's why Arteta's left him out.
I don't think anyone's match fit though, are they? Really?
No. But
I don't think Xhaka's going to play one, is he?
Xhaka he looks.
Yeah, he bumped into Guendouzi apparently.
Oh, some of are coming out. Ceballos.
But yeah, there's only 2 players on the bench that can play that in that central midfield. That's Ceballos or Ainsley, and I'd rather have Ceballos.
That's Xhaka done.
Yeah.
That could be a positive though, because that could be more creativity in our midfield. Let's be honest.
That looks like a nasty collision, that one.
Yeah.
bit of the ball hitting him and literally colliding with Guendouzi.
It was Guendouzi, wasn't it? It's the way he ran into Guendouzi, wasn't it? He sort of slipped, his foot slipped, didn't it, on the wet ground, and then he's gone into him.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's just went over on his ankle, didn't he?
Yeah, he's on his ankle.
His ankle's just gone on the ground, isn't it? He didn't actually. It wasn't a. He didn't hit Guendouzi at all.
This is what I mean. This could be a blessing though, because obviously, Xhaka, as you said, Colin, his awareness is appalling.
He wasn't doing too bad in like the 5 minutes he was on.
Yeah, but if you remember, when Xhaka was left out of the team after all that other stuff earlier in the season, we didn't win a game, did we, without him?
Yeah, I think that's more so to the old manager throwing him under the bus, being the club captain.
that was the system.
And more so the players literally revolted then fully. Then they're like, oh, hang on, if you can play your own captain under the bus, what are you going to do to us? Put the man buns back.
At least we've got a creative source in midfield now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, but obviously Xhaka had a role, didn't he, to play in the team? That's why he was there. Yeah. And Ceballos isn't the same sort of player, so he's going to have to change his plan already in midfield by the look of it, because they're different sort of players, aren't they?
Go on. Oh, he took it wrong. Oh,
He does look sharp, though.
He's looking sharp. He's looking threatening as well. He's just.
Oh no, they're on the break. Oh crap!
And Bellerin again. Why is Bellerin backing off?
Ryan, this is what I keep telling you. Bellerin cannot defend. Like I've said from time that Maitland-Niles is a better fullback than Bellerin is, and he's not even a natural fullback.
He's still. Bellerin is still doing what I've been saying. What I've noticed about him, he pulls away. He pulls away from the attack and lets them do what they want.
Yeah, but he went with Sterling then, didn't he? That's what he did. He didn't go to the ball. What he should have done was he should have trusted someone else, and he didn't.
I don't know what it is with Bellerin, but ever since the injury, he's not been the same player.
No. I think he stays the numbers as well anyway, I think. This is
that was a terrible shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, what have you made of the rumours today about Justin Kluivert possibly signing for Arsenal in exchange for the Mkhitaryan?
Don't want him.
To be honest, every summer it's the same, and transfer this transfer. Until I see him in the shirt, I don't really listen to much. If I'm honest.
It's another attacker as well. We don't need attackers at the moment. We need defensive players.
Yeah, but if he knows Partey's done, then that might sort that job out there, and then. But we'll have to see what happens, really. I suppose.
You actually look at Justin Kluivert's his stats in terms of goal output and his contributions in that. For a player that was touted as the next brilliant player coming out of the Ajax academy, right? He's actually been pretty poor at Roma. And when you look at players in and around him, Roma aren't that great, but when you look at the clubs around Roma, for instance, Napoli, if you had said to me, who would you rather have in your team, Lorenzo Insigne or Justin Kluivert, I'd say Insigne all day long. Because Justin Kluivert's stats really don't back it up. And if Roma are willing to let him go for 20 million, you have to ask yourself, what's going on there? A highly touted youth prospect being let go by Roma for 20 million.
I think the pressure of being who his dad is has got to him as well. That sort of pressure. All in good. Ajax.
He was never going to live up to that. People have already put him on the same pedestal as his dad, and they're just like, well, you can't live up to that. It's impossible.
Yeah, not many players that their dads have been a top player, become a top player themselves. Not many.
Well, look at comments as well. Another one.
Yeah, there's loads, isn't there? It's not too many, is there? I mean, Kasper Schmeichel's one of the better ones, and even he's nowhere near as good as his dad, is he?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Martin Keown's son plays in Scotland, doesn't he now?
Yeah.
Came through Reading.
I mean, Kevin Campbell's son, obviously. I mean, he's a good player, but is he as good as Kevin at the same age? Probably not.
Get into him.
He's having a field day, ain't he, De Bruyne?
But again, literally all the time in the world, because Bellingham's not going into him to defend. He's backing off and giving him space to do what he wants and get the ball, get under control.
When we've got the ball, though, we actually look quite good, don't we, with the ball?
With the ball, yeah, but as always, without
the ball, yeah, exactly. Without the ball, we don't look great at all. But certainly with the ball, I think we've done quite well. As well as you could expect us to be against these, you know what I mean? Yeah. We've passed it reasonably well. We've had one or two little opportunities, haven't we? Sort of half opportunities. Yeah. So I don't think that we're doing that badly, really, all things considered. But I don't think Man City have started really yet, have they? Not properly.
No. Go on, Saka. Go on, Saka.
Come on, man.
Why is he playing Saka on the right, though? I don't understand that, but anyway.
I think they're switched.
Tell you what.
It's a good ball.
I think the three of them are switching.
It was a good ball, yeah.
It's just literally.
See, look, he's like Pepe, though, isn't he? He's always going to use his left foot on the right-hand side. Why do they like doing that? Why don't you put a natural right-footed player on the right-hand side and put a natural left foot on the left side? I don't understand why coaches keep doing that now. It's like a modern thing with the game, isn't it? It's just you lose momentum in your attack, don't you? You can't go round the outside and whip the ball in because you've got to cut back inside. Pepe does it all the time. And, now Saka's out there. He's going to do the same. Saka's good when he runs past people and whips the ball in, isn't he?
Mark in the chat agrees with Colin. Doesn't want Clive either. Doesn't rate him.
Thank you. Basically not proving my point for me, but I'm basically giving you the point as to why Clivert's not good enough, right? Because if we're gonna spend 20 million on a player like Clivert, who his goal output isn't that great, I'd rather us just have Pepe as our main right-sided player and develop Reece Nelson.
Yeah, maybe.
Danny's down now. Sake.
Oh, that's going to be good, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant.
Was that De Bruyne leaving his foot in again?
Yeah.
He's a dirty bastard, isn't he, De Bruyne? Actually, no, it wasn't, was it?
I booked him.
It was, yeah. It was De Bruyne. Actually, we won the ball, to be fair, but...
Thing is, though, when dirty bastards join your club, you love them, but when they play against you hate their guts.
Yeah. See, that's why, right? The media love De Bruyne, right? And he's a great player, don't get me wrong. But he's a bit like Bergkamp, and he's not frightened to leave a foot in or elbow people in the face and stuff. You know what I mean? He's one of them, isn't he?
Yeah.
But no one really mentions that in the media, do they? They just love him.
No, just the ex-players every now and then that played against him. You have no idea what Dennis was like on the pitch at all.
Oh yeah, Dennis Bergkamp used to love it, didn't he? He used to get stuck in, and I think De Bruyne is quite similar in that way, isn't he?
Yeah. Go on.
That's it. Go on, Kieran.
Oh boy.
The way that we're playing it out from the back is quite good. I like it when we've got the ball. We're playing well.
Yeah, we're more concise with our attacking play, which I like.
Yeah.
We're not scared to have a goal. Just because it's City, we're not scared to have a goal.
We've been direct, haven't we?
Yeah. The only thing I would change, right, is I would take Eddie off, and I'd move Aubameyang central and put Pepe on that right side
and get Saka on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like the crosses that Saka is putting in, if that was Aubameyang in the middle, he would bang them.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer Saka on the left anyway. That's where he's been dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they've put him over there really, but anyway, it's early days yet. He'll probably cut him from that side and score a great goal in a minute, and then we'll say that's why he was out there.
Imagine that Saka scores against City, we're all going mad.
Yeah. He cuts him from the right, curls him with his left foot, and it's like, all right, okay, yeah, that's why he played there.
Yeah.
City don't
really look. They don't look like they're not really up for it. I don't think
they haven't got into it yet. They haven't got going yet, but it's early. I mean, I'm reasonably happy with the first sort of 15 minutes or so. Actually, I think we've played quite well, and we've probably had the two better chances really. Well, the only two chances really when you think about it, apart from their free kick they had. We've actually created two opportunities, haven't we?
Yeah. What did you make the game earlier with the technology breakdown?
Oh my god!
Can't the referee overrule that though? It didn't go off, but it clearly went in the net. Can't he just give a goal anyway? Because it's obvious, isn't it? It's not like it was unsure.
Well, also it's a clear and obvious mistake by whatever that is. Even though it was a watch that didn't buzz, a clear and obvious mistake was made. VAR is in use. Yeah. Why didn't people at VAR go? Yeah. By the way, you go over to the screen and have a look because we think it's a goal.
Yeah, that's what VAR should be used for, isn't it? If it's going to be positive, VAR tends to be negative, doesn't it? It disallows goals or it does a negative result, whereas that could have had an opportunity to have a positive result and it didn't, which was just sort of stupid, really.
But in terms of goal line technology, what a coincidence that after all this time, never had one issue with it, and suddenly, first game back after.
I don't think it was switched on. I guarantee that wasn't switched on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what a coincidence after all this time.
They've been doing so much work getting all the flags out on the seats and everything like that. They probably forgot to switch it on.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh boy.
Fair play to Danny.
Very nice.
Yeah. But fair play to Danny Ceballos, though. He's helping out Kieran on the left there.
He's done well. He's come on, actually, hasn't he? I mean, he's obviously had orders what to do, and he's doing well, actually. He's been good on the ball as well. He's defending well. So, yeah, I'm happy with how he's played so far.
Yeah. He's had a bit of criticism as well, Ceballos, for the last few months because, he's not...
Go on, Kieran.
Go on.
Boy.
Go on, Danny. Oh. Eddie looking to make the run.
Yeah.
See, Ceballos on the ball's been good, hasn't he? Look, again.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good ball as well. It was unlucky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, very unlucky.
Yeah. I like how Nketiah's playing on the last shoulder, though. I do like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's made a few good runs, hasn't he?
You think that's something he's done under Arteta as well since January?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think the reason why he's played him instead of Lacazette is probably because of his movement off the ball. Lacazette comes very deep, doesn't he? He's not looking to get in off the shoulder, whereas that's Nketiah's game, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see why he's picked him. That's not the shock, really.
Oh no!
We need to have a word with bloody Guendouzi, though. He's going to.
I don't know do you guys think that Guendouzi needs a look? Because when I
think so. I reckon so.
When I watch him, when I watch the kid, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing him at all. It's just when I watch him, it just feels like he's erratic or maybe a little too erratic for his own good.
He's got no positional discipline, has he? He's a headless chicken. He chases after the ball. He runs around a lot, but he's always out of position because he never sticks to his place in the team. If he did that better, he'd be a good player because he's got the energy and he's quite good on the ball, but he's just got no discipline, has he, positionally?
Yeah, I mean, he's just...
Mari's limping.
Oh, balls.
Nah, he'll be all right. He'll run that.
Our best centre-back's limping. Fucking hell. And yes, Klaus, I did say best centre-back, Pablo Mari.
To the floor.
Actually, he doesn't look good now, does he?
He just dropped to the floor.
Nah.
I think he'll be all right, though. I think
it's the same thing again by the looks of it.
It's his Achilles, wasn't it? Was he not kicked on his Achilles? Is that what happened?
No, I'm just saying where Murray's holding now is
David Luiz
around the same area, I'm saying.
I mean, it's good that there's 5 subs, actually. Losing 2 players this quickly. It's just, well, isn't it?
Thing is, lads, though, right? With David Luiz warming up, right? I mean, we'll have a centre-back pairing of Mustafi and David Luiz at the back.
Which actually worked all right before, though, didn't it? It was working all right. It was. I'm not too disappointed about that. I wanted David Luiz to start anyway. Obviously, rather him than Mustafi, ideally. But you know, unfortunately, Mari's had to go off. So
he's still on the pitch, by the looks of it.
Yeah, but he's obviously not going to be able to carry on, is he?
Well, he doesn't look too bad. I mean, they're looking at him, but. Well,
I mean, this is the beauty of 5 subs. If there was only 3 subs, they wouldn't make a sub now. They'd give him 5-10 minutes, wouldn't they? They probably wouldn't have took Xhaka off so quickly. But now they're thinking, we've got loads of games. We can make 5 subs. We've got players to replace him. So they're probably making the subs a bit earlier than they perhaps ordinarily would.
Yeah.
We're now having a water break.
Yeah.
He doesn't look too bad, to be honest.
They might wait until the break's over and decide. But David Luiz would like he'd come on, didn't he? So
yeah, because he had his shirt and all that on, ready to go.
Well, he ran on a pitch, didn't he?
It looked like he was warming up. So.
Well, he took his top off, didn't it, to come on?
Yeah, he did.
Took his top off and put the
he's coming off. Mari's coming off.
Oh, he is. All right. Well, no head tennis today, please, David. Please, no head tennis.
That's unfortunate, like, because Pablo Mari, in the short time he's been at the club, I would say he's probably our best defender.
He's had a good start. I mean, he's only played about 3 games, so we'll have to give him a bit more time. But yeah, I've been impressed with him, yeah.
Fuck off, he's offside. Don't you dare say he's offside.
Oh, he is.
Of course.
Saka was offside, wasn't he? Saka was offside.
I will say though, right, Saka, even though I'd rather him on the left side, he is causing City a lot of problems.
No, he's doing all right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not playing well. It's just it's not his natural game, is it? He's having to cut inside every time he gets it, and I like to see a winger go past the defender and whip a ball in, and he's really good at that on the left, isn't he?
Well done, Aubameyang.
Yeah, because Aubameyang's not a winger either, is he, really? So he plays out there, and he's always looking to kind of get into the penalty area. I mean, to be fair, I'm quite happy with how we've played. I think we've played well.
Yeah, we've not been that bad. Like
a couple of injuries has disrupted it a little bit, but I think the shape of the team's been good. You know, we've looked good on the ball. They haven't really got through us much. I mean, a couple of times almost, but I mean, you can see that if we're not careful, they will get through us a little bit more.
Yeah, the lads are getting stuck in. They're causing problems.
Yeah, I think we're playing well.
How we play.
Go on, Saka. Go on.
That was unlucky. He's done well, Saka.
Yeah.
He really has.
He's quick, isn't he?
Aubameyang.
That was unlucky, there.
Aubameyang, seriously.
Unlucky over.
A bit more threatening.
What is that for a pass? Jesus.
From their best player as well.
I know.
Arguably the best player.
But because it's De Bruyne, no one will mention a damn word of it.
He
was off balance, wasn't he? And he was off balance and all over the place with that. I mean, Aubameyang maybe should have done a bit better, but he was unlucky, I suppose. I think the pitch is causing a few issues, with people slipping and not quite getting their feet properly. I think that's what happened with De Bruyne there. I think he just sort of slipped as he got the ball, didn't he?
Oh, there we go. Come on, Saka. Hold him off. Well done.
I love Saka, I must be honest. He's one of our best players this season, isn't he?
Fair play to him this season as well. Coming in as our winger and being made to play as a fullback. to get his chance.
I mean, 18-year-old he is, isn't he? 18-year-old, and he's played probably 30 games this season. He's played out of position for a lot of it. He's had 10 assists in all competitions.
Yeah,
three goals he scored. It's like, wow, what a season he's had. He should be Young Player of the Year, but he won't win it.
No,
he should be. He should be in the England squad. Do you know what I mean? If he played for Man United or Chelsea, everyone would be raving about him. And he doesn't really get much credit, does he?
No,
it does, because it's fashionable to beat Arsenal over the head of a stick, apparently.
10 assists, and he's been 10 assists, right? And for those assists, he's been out of position. Like he's not
a lot of them, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If not all of them.
Defend.
Like when he's got
well done, Danny.
Those when he's assisted a goal, he's been at left back. Like, and now we're playing him higher up the pitch. And
get rid of it.
He's causing all sorts of problems, you know.
I'm not convinced about Tierney yet, I must admit.
Well, he is just coming. He is just coming back from injury, though. So.
Back from an injury to Tierney. Yeah, I'm talking about Guendouzi holding on to the ball way too long there.
He's a headless chicken, mate. Guendouzi needs a loan. I'm convinced of that.
I think if we get Partey, either he'll be out on loan or Xhaka will be sold.
If
one
not
of them
both.
two will go.
If not both.
Yeah. It all depends on Lucas. If the rumours are about Lucas as well.
Yeah, I think Lucas will stay, because if you think about it, those Torreira rumours, right, have been around for a while, and if you notice, right, it's Italian media pushing it. So I don't take too much stock in that, to be honest. And besides that, Torreira said he's happy at Arsenal. So
exactly. Every time he's got to say it.
Exactly. He's not. At some point, he's just like, well, I'm just not going to say anything this time because I said something last time, and these rumors still continue to get banded about. So at one point, you're just like, well, why the fuck do I bother then?
Oh, there we go. De Bruyne.
What's Mustafi doing up there? That was a problem there.
How was that a goal kick?
De Bruyne's had an absolute stinker tonight.
Oh, yes. He still looks like he's got a bit of weight behind him as well, if you get the drift. Yeah. A little bit.
Oh, Guendouzi, you idiot.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Go on. Play the ball. Play the ball. Go on.
That wasn't really Guendouzi's fault. He just slipped, didn't he? It wasn't a great ball pass to him. He done well to recover.
Yeah, he did.
Come on.
Well to recover.
Yes,
but still, like, he shouldn't be in that position in the first place.
Pass it back.
Oh. That was unlucky.
See, Saka there. He couldn't just whip that ball in. He's had to come back, and that's what's stopping the attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he was on the left, he would have whipped that cross in. Aubameyang attacks it. We get a chance to score. And instead, he's got to come back to get it on his left foot, or in that case, just pass it back. It's like, I don't know. I don't think it's as effective as it could be. That's why Pepe, I don't think's done so well, because he's always having to cut back inside, isn't he?
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, Saka's playing better on the right-hand side than Pepe generally has been. So,
yeah. Although Pepe is kind of like settling in to like a new league and stuff, because he's like with Saka, he's always been in and around, like, you know,
he's 18-year-old though, isn't he? You know what I mean? But Pepe's had a good few seasons at top level, isn't he? He's played in France and stuff at a good level, so he should be able to come into the Premier League and be better than someone like Saka, who's a young lad who's a kid still, really.
I think what's that help though is the three managers.
With Pepe, right? With France, it's like the difference in quality is drastic. Like, and I don't mean in terms of like the players. I mean in terms of like the whole pace of it. Like, because with the English game, like you even see it at like under 21 level. Like the pace of English football at under 21 level compared to League One is drastically different. So
Yeah, no, it is. I agree. Yeah, it is. But I just think if you've played, if you've played at top level, whether it's the top leagues in one of the top European leagues, you played in Europe, you shouldn't have too much problem adapting to another league. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but you know what I mean. You should be able to.
Oh my days.
I do get what you mean, man. But I mean, I'm a bit more patient. Like, so, and I do believe that Pepe will come good. I really do. It's just he's been mucked around with several, with 2 different managers well, it's even in that time he's done some good. I wouldn't say he's been a flop like some are coming out and saying. So
I just haven't been impressed with. I just haven't been impressed with him, to be fair.
How's that a free kick?
So that's what David Luiz is good at, them balls, isn't he? Yeah, it probably was a foul, maybe 50-50, but see, David Luiz, them balls he does over the top, that makes a good difference to our attacking play, doesn't it? Sometimes we can get the ball forward quickly. We haven't got that.
It's a good out ball. It really is a good out ball.
Yeah. And
that's partially why he was in my 11 as well.
He puts some bang on the money as well, doesn't he? 9 times out of 10, they're where they need to be. Yeah. It's not just a hopeful ball, is it? He's actually picking someone out usually.
Hold it out. I'm sorry. That's a free kick. If that was the other way around, they got a free kick for something softer than that.
That's a definite free kick to us. How they've not given that, I don't know.
I think the only reason why he hasn't given it is because he had his arm around him as well. But yeah, it is a foul. Yeah, it is definitely a foul.
And also, if it was, as I'm saying, if it was up the other end, they would have given
it. Oh, I'm looking at
on.
See, it's the home crowd influencing the refs. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. City should be used to this, though.
Well, yeah. In fact, it's the biggest crowd of the season, isn't it?
Save.
Oh my God.
Save.
Well, he should save that, shouldn't he?
We say that Arsenal goalkeepers.
He's made a couple of saves now, hasn't he? Leno, he's done all right. I mean, he did that, again, that's quite close to him. Actually, no, that's a better save than it looked, to be fair.
Yeah. Leno's had a good season. He really has.
Yeah, he has, yeah. Well, he's probably been one of our most consistent players, hasn't he? Every week.
I mean, you look at the amount of shots he's faced per game this season, and you just think, with a defence that is just a little bit better, he would be so we'd be so just a better team all round for it. It's just that and a half decent midfield, which is non-existent at this point.
Oh, look, Saka's on the left now. What's happened here?
Yeah. I think they've switched again.
I think they've switched it around.
Yeah, now. They've switched again. Him and Uber now on the other.
Oh, good save, Leno.
Oh. Oh dear.
Last 5 minutes have been a bit shaky, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Oh,
come on, lads. Just
go on, Kieran, get out to him.
We just got to dig in here till half time, haven't we now? Just dig in till half time.
Touch wood, guys. Come on.
Just weather the storm, lads. Weather the storm and just get to half time. I don't care how you do it. Just weather the storm, right? Their front three has been non-existent so far. Huh?
No, we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good.
They've not had as many chances as I assumed they would have done, so that's got to be a plus. And we've had to reorganise the team twice as well, haven't we? So
exactly. We've got to 35 minutes. We've not conceded, and we've had 2 injuries to deal with. So
we've had a couple of chances as well, haven't we? I mean, they have as well, but we've created a couple of bits and pieces.
On the counter. Go on. Go on.
Go on. No, not
Yeah,
we trying to do though.
We are looking good on the break.
Yeah, because realistically, that's the only way we're going to catch City out.
Yeah, but that was always going to be the plan with the team he'd picked, with the pace and stuff that he'd got in the team.
Yeah,
that was always going to be an option, I think. And
yeah, we were never going to dominate possession against City.
No.
Hope in hell.
I mean, nobody does, do they? Really? Maybe Liverpool's the only team that probably can.
Yeah. Well, not even Liverpool. Like they don't even dominate possession against them.
So, well, no, they probably don't. I mean, I watched the game when Wolves beat Man City here earlier in the season. They won 2-0. They scored twice in the last 10 minutes. And they sort of soaked it up, didn't they? And then broke away and got a couple of goals. And
Oh, Leno, well done, lad.
Has he made another save?
This is why I love Leno. Ever since he's coming,
that
this
save, that was
quality of goalkeeper.
That was
25 mil was a bargain for Leno.
That's 3 saves he's made. Quite close together as well. We're hanging on a bit, aren't we? Here, really. To be fair, they've ripped us apart, haven't they, a couple of times. But
yeah,
but even in the last 5 minutes, they're sort of up their ante all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, they're just passing the ball better, aren't they? Last 5 minutes or so, and we're struggling to kind of keep up, aren't we? But we haven't conceded yet, so let's be happy about that for now.
Yeah, if we can just get to half time, we'll be all right.
Yeah, we need to get to half time. I think it's crucial now. These next sort of 10 minutes up to half time is going to be massive, because if we concede now and go behind, I can see it going to be a struggle second half. But if we can go in 0-0, I think we've got half a chance of getting something.
Yeah.
Well, considering half our fan base are going 4-5-0 when we saw the lineup, it was like seriously.
Well, yeah. No, it still might end up 5-0, but we've done a lot better.
I didn't. Yeah. I went with 1-0 Arsenal. How about that?
No, but what I'm saying is, soon as people saw the lineup, that's it, 4-0, 5-0.
No, I wasn't confident when I saw the lineup, but it's worked reasonably well so far.
Oh, no. Oh, he's fuffed that one.
Fucking lucky there.
That is poor from Sterling. That is really bad.
That's typical Sterling, though, isn't it? That sums him up for me. That sums him up. Unless he's got an open goal from 2 yards, he's not a great finisher, is he?
Do you know what that is? That's the Sterling from Liverpool where he couldn't hit a barn door.
Yeah.
No, but that's typical of his finishing, though. When he's a one-on-one, how many of them does he put away often? Not that many. He scores a lot of goals because he gets in the 6-yard box and taps them in, doesn't he? He doesn't get many goals like that one-on-ones. His finishing has never been that great. It's improved. It's improved, but it's still not great, and that just proves it there, really.
Yeah,
he hasn't got that composure, has he, in front of goal?
I think that's more to do with
come on, guys.
I mean,
Donny's down now.
No, he's fine, Ryan. He's fine.
Ooh.
I think Sterling.
Was that Walker?
Sterling, I think it was.
De Bruyne again. Walker or De Bruyne.
De Bruyne again. I think it might have been Walker, that one. I don't know. No, maybe it was De Bruyne.
I don't know. Let's see the thing for.
Well, they're not going to show it. They're just like going on.
Nope, didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen because it was De Bruyne. He should have got a yellow card. He should have had 2 yellow cards already.
What's he trying to do to us?
I think the reason why Sterling does so well for City is that Pep Guardiola's system kind of plays Sterling's strengths more than it does.
The
Liverpool system did. Like, because with Pep Guardiola, like, because he likes his fullbacks to overlap, and Sterling and Sané, they allow that to happen. And with Walker, like with Mendy or Walker, Gonzalo, who for some reason can't get a game in the City side when he's infinitely better than Kyle Walker.
Offside. See, they're playing quite a high line, aren't they? I think they know where the danger is.
Oh.
But as we've seen with Arsenal down the years, that can come back and bite them on the backside at some point.
Yeah.
Especially if a coach like Arteta will clock onto that and go half time.
How Mahrez has not scored that, I'll never know.
Well, it's a good save, isn't it? He's read him, hasn't he? Leno's read him. That's why.
Yeah.
He's come out and read him. He's read him all day long, hasn't he? And got his leg out.
Away. Yeah,
he knew where he was going. Yeah, there's a good save there actually. He's done well. He's been our best player, hasn't he? First half.
Yeah, he's honestly Leno is probably the best goalkeeper that we've had since we signed Czech in 2015.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, he's probably the best goalie we've had probably since Lehmann, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'd go along with that.
I mean, I like Czech, and I think Czech was good, but he was a bit past his best when we got him, wasn't he? He was still a good goalkeeper, but he was past his best.
It's ended into his career, weren't he?
Chelsea don't let players go to rivals if they're hitting their peak or if they're in their peak. So.
Well, no, to be fair, we gave them Giroud, so there you go.
But Giroud wasn't.
I mean, I love Giroud, but he was past his best, wasn't he, when we got rid of him? So.
Oh yeah, he proved it because he can't even get the Lampard team for crying out loud.
Although he did still score against us in the final, didn't he? But anyway.
But to be fair, our defence was shambolic that night, mate.
Oh, come on.
Well, the whole team weren't they? Really, let's face it.
Yeah. Like every other night.
Well, yeah, last season, yeah. It was...
So close.
Just a little bit of contact there needed there.
See Saka again with left hand side. What a ball that is!
That is a beautiful ball. Oh
yeah, he's got a delivery on that kid, hasn't he?
Only
just missed it.
What a left foot he has! Look, that's genius, isn't it? What a ball! Shame it was Mustafi maybe because defenders don't often read them so well, do they? But no. I mean, he has scored a few goals, Mustafi, but I don't know.
Yeah. To be fair, he doesn't read the game well anyway, so it's like chop and change anyway.
See, Ceballos again. Ceballos has done well.
Yeah, he has. Yes.
What have you made of Willock so far in his first 43 minutes?
To be honest with you, I haven't even noticed he's playing.
Nah, same.
Yeah.
I haven't even noticed he's playing. I've got to be honest.
Yeah. Would that be
has he even touched the ball? I don't recall him touching the ball. He probably has.
Probably has in the first 3 minutes, but yeah, most of it's people.
I can't remember him doing anything actually. I mean, that's probably not his fault necessarily. He's maybe doing his job quietly, and he's not getting on the ball much, though, is he? That's the problem.
Yeah. He might be in the team just because
he's working, isn't he? He's just working, isn't he?
He's just tracking back and
filling spaces, yeah,
and filling the gaps. But
yeah,
I mean, he is playing the number 10, and if we're and normally the way we judge number 10s is creative output and stuff like that. But
the thing is, though, right? I mean, I've got nothing against what Willock's done. He's done nothing wrong. He hasn't really done a lot. But if Ozil had done as little as he has, everyone would be on Ozil's back, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because what's Ozil doing? But what's he doing? Do you know what I
mean? Yeah. Colin in the chat here says that Chelsea gave United Mata, then he went on to be player of the season for them. But I think that's a different issue. That's more Mourinho just wanting to get.
Yeah, that's a different. That's a different.
No, that's a fair point, to be fair, because I mean, Mata was a good player at Chelsea and he was a good player at United, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I always wanted to slide him actually, Mata, but anyway.
But yeah, Mourinho just wanted him off the books, didn't he? He didn't see him as a threat going to David Moyes, Man United at the time.
No. And to be fair, up until Mourinho got sacked Mourinho got sacked. Or were before after they won the title and whatnot.
Oh, Chelsea 2015-16, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of proved right, really, because he let Schürrle go, he let De Bruyne go, he let Daniel Sturridge. Well, no, Daniel Sturridge was before Mourinho joined up.
Salah.
He bought.
I've just noticed them little fans in the box on the screen behind the goal. Just noticed that.
Yeah, he bought Salah in 2014, I think it was, and he let him go not long after that, which was ridiculous. But
well, that's San Marino uploading it.
God.
Nah, oh boy.
David Luiz doing the David Luiz penalty.
It would be Sterling.
Oh, fuck off. David Luiz, man, seriously.
Luiz, you absolute clown.
You pleb.
Fucking hell.
Sake.
Well, now we're up against it.
What did we say? Hang on till half time. We hang on for 6 minutes.
Oh, what is that, you prick?
What was he doing? That's literally what was he doing?
I think he's just bounced off the surface, isn't it? The wet surface caught him out. I mean, he's got to do better, but that's ridiculous.
He's not a youth player anymore. He's an experienced player.
It hits off his knee, and he doesn't see that Raheem Sterling is running behind him.
He's misread it, and that's a bad mistake.
Come on, man.
Sorry, Oda, you're not winning your bet tonight.
Sorry, Ola, bro. I tried. I sent you well wishes. It didn't work.
The gods aren't on your side tonight, Oda.
Oh no.
Oh
man. It would be David Luiz that cost all the 200 quid,
after
wouldn't
everything
it?
that's gone on, yeah. After everything we've been saying as well, when he came on, and how well he's done since he's come on, and then that happened. Yeah. It had to be him.
Oh my God. See, here's the thing, lads. Like when you look at our back four, you just think to yourself, how many times has this back four got a mistake in it? And too often we see calamity defending on a week-to-week basis. Like I've been seeing that for the last 8-9 years, probably more. So
it's usually Mustafi, isn't it? But anyway. Oh, Colin Doozy, what are you doing?
Sake. This is a completely different team talk now for Arteta now.
Yeah.
2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, we were just saying, weren't we? If we get to half time, 0-0, we had a chance.
Yeah. Now it's really uphill. Like
we did this last season. You know, it was 1-1, wasn't it? Last minute of the first half, we conceded a goal and ended up losing 3-1. We've done it again, conceded a goal right at the end.
Oh man. I mean,
what? Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Do you know what? Right, I was. Oh man, I have faith in Arteta that he will win us a league title eventually, but it just won't happen with calamities like that.
I think Arteta will win us the league when he's about 60. That'll be the next time we win the league. I just can't see it happening again. No, I can't see us winning the league again ever. We're so far behind, aren't we? We're so far behind the top teams. I mean, you know, we're only 1-0 down in this game, but Man City have been better than us in every single department, haven't they? We've played all right, but they've played much better, haven't they? They've got better players virtually everywhere. And that's where we are. We're against the top teams. This is how far away we are from them. You know, and whether we finish 10th, whether we finish 5th, it makes not a low difference. We're nowhere near winning the league, are we?
No. It's not going to happen.
We're 10 players short of a title-winning team.
Yeah, it's not going to happen within the next 2-3 seasons. But if the board back Arteta in the transfer market and he's allowed to get the players he wants within those 2-3 years,
that's what we need. Yeah, we need the players.
I do think he will win us a title within 4 or 5 years, but it's going to take a lot of investment, and players that aren't good enough need to be shown the door. David Luiz for a start.
Socrates as well.
Yeah, Xhaka, he needs to be shown the door.
Mustafi, Bellerin, in my opinion. Guendouzi,
and the way Bellerin's been flirting with Inter Milan recently, like I'm just like, mate, if you want to go to Inter, go, man.
No, but he doesn't want us to win because he's got to plant all them trees and he can't be asked. It's going to take him a week, isn't it, to plant 3,000 trees? He don't want to win games, does he? Imagine if he's got to plant 3,000 now. He's got to do another 3,000 on Sunday when we've won. You know what I mean? He's not going to have time to do anything else, is he? So he doesn't want us to win too many games.
Don't commit to things then, should he?
Well, no, exactly. Well, he probably knew, didn't he? He looked at the fixtures and thought, well, we're not winning any of them first 4 games, so I'm safe. I won't have to start planting trees till July.
Although if he thinks life's hard under Arteta, he's in for quite a shock under Antonio Conte.
Well, yeah.
I think it's just with everything that's gone on in the last few years, players have got too comfortable when it's still that mentality of whereas Arteta's got to fucking drive out of this.
I just don't think the players are good enough. I think that's the problem. I don't think
that as well.
I think Arteta can change a bit of mentality, but the players just aren't good enough, are they? You look through our team. I mean, Saka, yes, definitely, he's a player. Saka, obviously, Aubameyang's top quality, but if you look through the rest of them, you could pretty much get rid of any of them. The goalkeeper, Aubameyang, and Saka. That's it. The rest of them, I wouldn't be bothered if none of them played for it together because they're not good enough.
Do you know what? I would add Pepe to that, right? Purely because he's just come. Yeah,
he'd be the first one I would sell if I'm honest. Pepe.
But the thing is, the majority of these players are not good enough. The whole back line outside of Tierney is fucking shit. And if we buy Pablo Mari, who for me, if it was me, I'd be looking at that and thinking, you know what? Maybe we should pursue Pablo Mari because he's proven to be in the last.
Yeah, no, he's done all right, but he's only had a couple of games. And Mustafi looked good for 10 games when he first joined. So let's not get carried away with Mari. I like him. He's looked good, but it's still early days, isn't it?
I get that. But if he continues to show the form that he's showing now, then that's something that I would pursue as well. But
no, I think we should try and sign him. Yeah, I agree.
Outside of that, the whole back line is shit. The midfield, I'm sorry, but you can't expect to challenge for a title with Xhaka and Guendouzi in your side when the two of them are fucking useless. All right, Xhaka for me should be gone regardless, purely because of what he done at Crystal Palace. You know, just for that alone. Yeah, don't give a fuck. You tell the fans to fuck off, mate. You're done in my eyes. You're dead to me. Guendouzi, I like him, but he's too erratic.
Yeah, he's not. He needs to just keep his position better, doesn't he? He's just all over the place. And the midfield, that's what's happened in that last 10 minutes of that first half. The midfield got pulled all over the place, and that's why they had 3 or 4 chances to score. It was just a matter of time. It's unfortunate, obviously, the goal's a mistake, isn't it? Which is unfortunate. Okay. But they'd had 3 or 4 chances before that. Let's be real.
Yeah. In the last 10, 15 minutes, they sort of came into the game itself.
Yeah, they started pulling us apart. They started dominating the midfield. It just took them half hour longer than I thought it was going to. And it's a shame because I say up until then we'd look quite dangerous, but we just lack that quality, don't we? We lack the quality.
Why is no one marking the right wing back for City? Like, you've got acres of space there. Look at what is that? Oh my God! You allowed De Bruyne to ping a ball in like that. Oh my God!
Yeah. He's misread it, hasn't he? He's just misread it, hasn't he? That can happen. It's unfortunate. It's led to a goal, but it's a mistake. But he's unfortunate. He's just misread the bounce of the ball, isn't he? And whether it's to do with a pitch like they just said, I don't know. But it's a mistake. But I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a bit of all people, but of all the defenders,
you know what, lads? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it had to be him. Yeah.
The way we're looking at things, right? Our back line and our midfield needs a complete revamp, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Yeah. Whether that means Upamecano and Partey come in, all right, fine, but you need to have something else in reserve. Like I don't know if we're gonna pursue Ceballos or not, but if we do, great. But you can't expect to get further up the table with this team, especially with that defense.
No.
Well, it's the midfield for me more than the defence. I mean, the defenders make mistakes. They make some mistakes, but all defenders make mistakes. But they've got no protection in front of them. I mean, look how easy they've got through us there 4 or 5 times in that last 10 minutes. And they could we could be 4-0 down. And we're only 4-0, not 4-0 down, because of Leno, and 2, because they've missed a couple of decent chances as well. So it's the midfield's the biggest issue for me. We need a complete change of midfield. And that's, Ceballos has done all right, but I just don't think Guendouzi's good enough. Willock hasn't contributed enough in this game.
No.
And I'll be looking at making a change at half time. Actually, I'm just trying to think who can come on. Maybe get Martinelli on.
Do you know what though? Right, the 2 players, right, that are the 2 forward players I would keep on would be Aubameyang and Saka, because they've looked dangerous, right?
Yeah, definitely keep them on. Yeah.
I would say, do you know what? I would take Eddie off for Pepe, right? And the reason being is we're chasing a goal, right? You have Saka on the left side, who's naturally like...
Yeah. I know Saka needs to go to the left, definitely.
Exactly. And you kind of, with Pepe, he's more natural right-sided anyway. So you stick Pepe out on the right, you have Saka out on the left, you've got Aubameyang central, and...
Yeah, but you see that the problem with doing that is if you bring Pepe on the right, we've got the same problem we had with Saka on the right, haven't we? In terms of coming back onto your left foot. I mean, what I would maybe do is I'd maybe get Martinelli on and put Aubameyang on the right, because he's right-footed, isn't he? To put Martinelli through the middle, put Saka on the left, put Aubameyang on the right, and maybe go like that, because I think Martinelli could maybe cause them a few more problems. I mean, Nketiah's done all right. He's not really got much service, but... And his running off the ball's been good, but I don't know. I think Martinelli might be more direct. I don't know.
Yeah.
Update: Ola is on his way. He's in the chat. He'll come up on the screen in a sec. He'll be with us in a second.
All right.
He said.
Oh man, Ola's not gonna
Stop
be
playing,
happy.
Ola. Stop playing. Pray to your gods, to all the gods in the
world. Pray, my brother.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I mean, if we turn this on, he'll be the biggest cheer out of us all from Ola.
Honestly, if there was a God, I swear, Lord Almighty, right? I swear to God,
Please.
If you can just get us, if you can just create some weird paradox where we happen to, cut City out on the counter-attack twice and get 2 goals from it and keep it 2-1, I'd do pretty much anything, but, that's it.
I'd be quite happy with 1-1, actually, because that's what I predicted in the first place. But I'll take 1-1. I think we can score.
Yeah.
It's just how many are we going to concede? That's the only thing that worries me now.
Yeah.
Well, we've not had a shot on target yet, funnily enough.
No. And now we're facing a real uphill battle with them being 1-0 up ahead of half time. And we even said it like before the break, like, if we can just get it to 0-0, we should be able to get something from it. But since they conceded right on the eve of half time, it's just like that could right there could turn the game from like a 1-1 to a 3-1 to them.
I mean, I think the first 10 minutes of the second half is going to be vital now, because if we get overrun again, like we did at the end of that first half, they get another goal, it's all over. But if we come out second half and maybe have a go at them and maybe create a couple of chances, you never know. But the first 10 minutes of the second half, I think, is really, really important now, because we're either going to give ourselves a platform to get back in the game, or it's going to be all over.
Yeah. If they get another goal, then that's it. Then that's it. Done.
Yeah.
If they start the second half as they finish that first half, then we'll be in trouble, because they were just ripping through us, weren't they? But if we can get a grip on it, I don't know if he's going to make any changes at half time. He needs to change the midfield. I think do something in midfield, whether it's changing the shape of the team, or I don't know. He needs to change something. And if he does that, maybe we come out.
I think he will make changes, right? Because he's been like, I mean, it's not like Arteta's telling David Luiz to make that a calamity. So, like, Arteta can't physically go on the pitch and tell David Luiz, listen, you don't do what you just did, mate. Like, so I think he will make changes, and my hope is that he'll keep Saka on the left where he is at the moment, but
yeah, he needs to be on the left, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that he will kind of move. He'll either bring Pepe on. He'll bring Pepe on, number one. And if he has to play Pepe up front to get the best out of him and play Aubameyang on the right side because he's more natural-footed on the right, then fair enough. But we need something to change the game right now.
I mean, he'll know that, won't he? He'll know that we can't come out the second half the same as we finished that because we're getting ripped apart. So he's got to change something.
Man. He knows that.
Yeah, he does know that. Yeah. He always looks weird when his hair's wet, doesn't he, David Luiz? I don't like his hair like that. It needs to be all fluffy and that. It's better, isn't it? And the good thing is, well, if we do lose, at least Liverpool can't win the league on Sunday. So let's look on the bright side. Let's look on the bright side at least. They can't win the league at Everton, so that's one good thing.
We delayed by 48 hours.
That's the one way of looking at it.
Yeah, we delayed it by 48 hours.
Well, no, imagine though, right? If City do win this game, if Liverpool lose to Everton, suddenly there's a bit more pressure on them, isn't there? That's six points difference gone straight away. But anyway, let's wait and see what happens here first, because I still think we can.
Right, the chat is absolutely slaughtering David Luiz. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Can't blame him with that.
I don't blame him either. Like Molina called him a clown, which I mean is nicer than what I called him.
That's polite to what he actually put, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's nicer than what I said about him. Football Daily Talk. What is Luiz doing? No fucking clue, mate. Arsenal Insights. David the Clown. Oh, mate, it's just David Luiz. What have you done? Oh God!
I hope he scores now, just to shut everyone up, because I don't like it when people slag our players off. I mean, I know he made a mistake in that, but you know, I think it's more. I'd love that.
I think it's more like heat of the moment kind of thing. Like we know.
Oh no, is it? Yeah.
We know he's not good enough, but it's like the human component of it, like where, you know, I mean, we love Arsenal Football Club, and like we want to see the club do well. But when you see that, like we've been seeing that on a consistent basis for the last God knows how many years, and it's just that moment where you think, when is this like going to end? You know.
No, I totally get it. I just want to see him do well now in the second half, and
it'd
be brilliant if he gets a goal, wouldn't it? It'd be brilliant.
Yeah, if he gets himself a goal and he makes up for that, then great, because that means we've gotten a point against City if he's done that. But it's just like on a week-to-week basis, we just see this kind of defending, like, and it's just like nah.
Yeah, no, we do. I know it's getting quite tiresome, really, isn't it? With the mistakes that we make and whatever. But this is what they're going to do, aren't they? They're just going to piss around like this for the whole of the second half, draw us in, and then get a goal on the break. They do it to everyone else.
Yeah.
Once they won,
Man City are probably the best keep ball side in the league without question. So that is what they'll do. They'll play possession football, not commit themselves too much, but when they see an opportunity, they'll take it.
Yeah, of course they will. We just got to be clever and not get sucked in, because if we get sucked in, we need to keep ourselves in the game now. Keep it 1-0 for at least 10 minutes, unless we can get a goal.
Jesus.
Don't concede another one.
Oh, go away.
I don't like the fact that one ball over the top and our defence is exposed as much as Katie Price's legs.
turned to absolute piddle water, basically. That's putting it politely. As Russ says, 3 months off, still the same shit.
Yeah. But what did people expect?
Actually,
got the same defence as we did.
To be fair, we were playing all right before, though, weren't we?
Yeah. We were.
This is more like an Emery performance, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, if this was an Unai Emery team, then we would.
Well done,
be...
Eddie.
Oh, Saka, go on, lad.
Go. Run of it.
Oh. Okay, good recovery of the ball. Okay. What are you doing, lad? Bellerin, you absolute
days. Just pass the ball. Because now we're completely exposed.
And now Bellerin's left us exposed on the counter. Brilliant.
And he's not in position either.
Nope. He's just drifting all over the place.
Well, he's followed Sterling, isn't he? That's what he's done. Well, he sort of did for a little while. Now he's lost him.
Yeah. He can't track a run. He can't cross the ball. He can't defend. What the fuck's he good at?
He's good at planting trees.
Brilliant.
Oh, dear.
That's what he needs to do. Concentrate on that. He'll be fine.
Hurry up. We need your guidance.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Do you know what? I'd be interested to know how long it's been, like, outside of the whole virus stick, how long it actually was since Sterling scored a goal.
Louise is fucked up by the looks of it.
Oh,
my a lot of Louise comments coming in.
Oh, Louise, you idiot.
No. Oh, you
penalty. It's a penalty. Are you... David Luiz, you idiot.
Game over.
It's done. David Luiz, get red.
I've not seen the replay of that. I don't know if it was a penalty. It looked a bit soft looking at it first glance.
But it's gone down. And he's tried because the arms are out as well.
Is it a penalty? I haven't seen the replay yet. I'm still a bit behind.
Doing? Oh,
it's soft, God. But it goes, as soon as you touch someone in the penalty box,
let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's gone down like a fucking shit, hasn't he?
He's been given the red.
They've gotten a penalty.
He sent him off.
Gave him a straight red.
He sent him off for? How is that a sending off?
Oh my God, we're screwed.
Oh my God.
We are absolutely screwed. David Luiz is off. They've got a penalty. We're fucked.
Don't you remember Chelsea though? David Luiz got sent off at Chelsea conceding a penalty, and we ended up coming back getting a draw.
Got De Bruyne as well.
Yeah, but this is City. This ain't a Chelsea side that was quite frankly mediocre. He scored it. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. 2-0.
Lennon never goes the same fucking way. He always dives the opposite to the.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Ola.
David Luiz, you're dead to me, right? You're dead to me.
We can't. At least he can't play Saturday. That's the main thing.
Thank fuck for that. Like this man.
No, because actually it'll be longer now.
This guy has.
It was a straight red card. That'll be free game, wouldn't it?
Well, because it'd be second straight red card as well. Because everyone wasn't extended either, so it'd be even longer.
Oh.
I don't think that's a red card, though, is it? To be fair.
I mean, I think it's soft, but that's like.
You're gonna book him. You're gonna book him. Are you gonna book him for that?
And now Mustafi is down injured. Brilliant.
Let's book him.
Well, that's a yellow card, that, isn't it? They've got to be, surely.
That's what I'm saying. And let's say high foot.
How is that? Come on, you got to book him for that. Sterling just lunged in him. He didn't even try and get the ball.
And this is proving my point. When it's if it's the other way round, red card, penalty, or whatever. When it's against us, nothing.
Actually, to be honest, looking back at it, I don't even think that's a foul. I actually don't even think that's a foul, to be fair.
It's just not going to plan, lads. It's really not. It's just.
Russ Morgan as well. I'll put his coming up in a sec. Foul started outside the box, so technically it's within the free kick. If that's the case.
No, I don't know if that's the rules. Is it? Is it not?
The rules are the laws of the game. It's when the player goes down. So and he went down in the box. So
in the box.
Actually, it was outside. Yeah, the first contact's outside. The first contact is outside. Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Hola.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm so sorry, man.
You come at the right time.
It had to be in it. It had to be. I mean, this is something we do time after time after fucking time, yeah? Right? When was the last time Sterling scored a goal? Can anyone remember? Has he scored a goal in 2020?
No,
not scored a single goal in 2020. And David Luiz comes on and gives him one. Literally wraps it up. Say, here you go, Sterling. Hey, you know what I mean? Take the ball.
Right now.
Like this is a repetitive thing. It's not a manager's problem. It's not.
It's a player's
mentality. This is something that happens time and time and time again. By the way, good evening, Richard. Good evening, Ryan. Good evening, Colin. I come in here ranting straight away.
Coming at the right time.
Even though we spoke earlier, it's good to see you right on the old Santa style, you know.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. And what was Luiz doing? What was that?
It's not just that, but it's the goal before it. Like, you know, he's not. De Bruyne plays a perfect ball and it bounces off him and Sterling's in. Like,
okay, let's talk about the second goal that we just seen just now. I mean, Mahrez is gone. Leave him alone. We're already 2 players down. We're injured. We're 2 players down.
Yeah.
Just let him go. You know, let him go. Again, it just does that thing again. I don't know, man. For me, he's finished in my eyes. He's finished. He's finished. He's finished with his football club. As long as
he was finished when Chelsea sold him.
Well, that's there's that. But like for me, as a Premier League player, I don't think he can do it anymore. You know, he's got way too many mistakes in him. Way too many mistakes. And Gary Neville was just saying it, you know. Once you make the initial mistake, don't then do the one that really gonna cost the team. You know, don't do that one that's gonna cost the team, like a red card, where we now have to play. It's not like City is a rubbish team. We're not playing against Brighton or Norwich, where you could cope with 10 men. You know, it's hard enough playing them with 12 men, not even 11 men. It's hard enough playing them with 12 men. Yeah. We now go down to 10 men, and we got to deal with them.
And now they're just keeping the ball, passing it around. Like we're not even there.
What did I say to you? Right? When we spoke earlier on, I said it to you, innit? Basically, they're feeling sorry for Arteta right now. At this point, them keeping the ball is feeling sorry for Arteta. Arteta is what, you know what I mean? He's somebody that's won trophies with them. They're professionals, but they also know when not to twist the knife. Bayern's done it to us before. If you remember one of them 5-0 games that we kept getting from Bayern. And it got to a point where they thought, you know what, we've scored enough goals now. Let's not humiliate them. I think that was like 10 to aggregate or some craziness like that. And they thought, you know what, they've had enough. You know, we're just gonna kick the ball. You know what I mean? They're big club.
Anyway, don't they? City do that against everyone. Once they get in front, they just keep the ball, don't they?
No.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we were saying before half time, Ollie, that it was important that we get to halftime 0-0. That, you know, and if we did that, we could have got something from it, right? But the minute they scored, we were up against it, right? And then David Luiz shoots us in the foot by giving away a penalty like 5 minutes when the second half starts. Like, come on.
You know, I was really skeptical against the selection to begin with.
Yeah, we all were.
But it turned out that it wasn't a bad selection up until the injuries and the injuries that forced Arteta's hands. So it turned out it wasn't a bad selection. You could see what it was trying to do and the way the team was playing. We was actually getting in and amongst it. So
yeah, we were doing well. We were doing well.
We were doing really well. I thought we had a couple of chances.
Half an hour we did well, yeah. And then it's all. Yeah. I mean, this game is exactly like when we played Liverpool away.
Yeah,
exactly they scored just before half time, got a penalty early in the second half, which David Luiz gave away as well, and we ended up, losing 3-1, and it could have been a lot more. This is exactly the same as that. I bet they score another one in a minute, and then that'll be it.
And
the coincidence that David Luiz, right, since he's joined the club, right, has probably committed more fouls that have led to goals than any other player in the Arsenal squad outside of Granit Xhaka. Is there any coincidence? No, because the guy is trash.
I mean, when you look at it, man, it's not even the goals we concede. It's how we conceding them. It's how we conceding them, because they haven't had to work for none of these 2 goals. These 2 goals they've just scored, we're 2-0 down, and they haven't had to work for it.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know how infuriating that is?
Yeah.
Like last year.
Mate, that's just so annoying, because we've just...
They haven't had to do nothing to get those 2 goals.
They've not even been better than us, Zola. We've just given them chances. That's all we've done.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
De Bruyne, for the first goal, De Bruyne puts in a good ball, right? Bounces, and David Luiz should have the common sense, being an experienced, title-winning centre-half for Chelsea. Yeah, he should have the experience to get across his man.
Yeah, but what you've got to remember is when David Luiz played for Chelsea, he had much better players around him. He had a better midfield in front of him, protected him. He had better players. The players in his team are shit, all of them. You can't just blame David Luiz. He's made a couple of mistakes, fair enough. I'm sure he'll hold his hands up to that, right? And there's terrible mistakes. But who else on this team done anything? Willock's done nothing in this game whatsoever. You know what I mean? None of them are good enough. None of them are good enough.
Richard, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the team ain't good enough, or that the team is even remotely good enough, right? I'm not saying that at all, right? What you've said there, completely agree with you, right? The team's not good enough. But when you look at the reasons why we're 2-0 down, there's one common denominator, and that's David Luiz.
In this game, he's made 2 mistakes. Of course he has, and they've both led to goals, which, when you're playing Man City, you can't afford to do that. When you're playing any of the top teams, you can't afford to do that.
Yeah, but Richard, it's not just against City, though. It's consistently against the other top sides, and basically every other side in the league, aside from the ones that are absolute dog shit. Yeah,
it's almost like they're targeting. They know he will make those mistakes.
Yeah, but let's remember though, before we get too much on David Luiz, let's remember he didn't start this game, right? Probably a reason. Maybe he wasn't quite fit enough. Maybe he wasn't in the sharpest kind of frame of mind for it. Maybe that's why he didn't start him. He's had to bring him on when he maybe didn't want to, because we haven't got another central defender on the bench. So he's had to play when maybe he wasn't ready to play. And so, I'm not necessarily making excuses for him, but that needs to be taken into account. It's not like he started the game.
I get what you're saying. Look, Richard, I get what you're saying. Richard, I get what you're saying, and I'm with you, and I see where you're coming from. But what we're saying is this isn't the first time he's done it.
No, it's not.
It's not the first time he's done it in the Arsenal shirt, and it's not even the first time he did it in Chelsea shirt. He's been making this type of mistake for a long time. So it's not even a case of whether he was ready or not, whether it's come off the bench or not. David Luiz has this in his game. This is just the type of player he is.
And what you have to realize, is that the last time David Luiz was at Chelsea, he played in a back three with John Terry and Azpilicueta next to him. You look at this defense, right, and this goes on about what we were saying earlier about the whole team not being good enough, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You look at that defense, right? Would you say that there's even one player in that back line who is on the level that John Terry and Azpilicueta was when David Luiz was last at Chelsea? Hell no.
Nowhere near.
Hell no. But the issue here is, right, David Luiz, right? I'm not blaming him solely for, like, I'm not blaming him solely, okay? Even though the 2 goals were his fault, right?
Well, you are blaming me solely. I am as well. I'm just saying.
I love you.
I am as well. I mean, the boys just listen. The boys just cost me 200 fucking quid. Yeah, I ain't fucking missing out. It just cost me 200 bloody quid. No, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, to give 2 goals away like that, 2 goals away in that manner, it's infuriating. I mean, this is look. He's an international defender. This is not his first rodeo. It's not like this guy doesn't know how to defend, right? I'm not trying to slaughter him. I want David Luiz to do well. That's not, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to slaughter. You know, I want him to do well in the Arsenal shirt. But when he's not, we're all here to actually say,
here we go.
You know, this is, oh my God. So hold on. You know what? It's really showing. It's applying mercy to it because Aguero is not. I don't even think Aguero will play this game. Maybe he'll get maybe last 5 minutes or something.
He's on the bench. Like, I mean,
he's on the bench.
He'll score as well when he come on. He always scores against us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If Aguero was starting, he would have the chances that City had in the first half. He would have banned them. So.
He would have started.
I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I want David Luiz to do well for us. But you know, it's something that's never going to happen. And this is where the club themselves has to now step up. I say, look. We've been making do with slow centre backs with very low level of concentration, which David Luiz has in abundance. Level of concentration. We don't have that. We've got slow centre backs. And on top of that, we've got aging centre backs as well. All of those mixed together is a recipe for disaster and conceding goals. Leno did his best. Leno did his absolute best to keep us at 0-0 in that first half. They had like 3-4 very, very good
chances.
From
an Arsenal perspective, right? From an Arsenal perspective, Leno is man of the match for me, right?
Yeah,
and the reason why is because this consistently happens when the defense does not protect the goalkeeper. The midfield does not protect the defense. And this is why when the whole like Justin Kluivert started coming. No. Let me finish for a minute. The reason why I was against the whole Justin Kluivert rumors initially, right, is because attack is not our problem. All right, and that's been proven tonight. The midfield left the defense exposed. The defense or David Luiz left the goalkeeper exposed. And as a result, we're losing 2-0. We're down to 10 men against a City side that, let's face it, when they're at their best, can pass us off the park. And we won't even get close to them. In fact, they are the closest thing to 2009 Barcelona that there's been in recent times. Yeah? And we can't get near them because our defense and midfield is non-existent. I dare anyone to disagree with a single point I've just made. I dare any fucking one of you.
Guendouzi is coming off. Ainsley is going in the middle. Eddie's coming off for Lacazette. And Reece is coming on for some. I'd assume.
Guendouzi's coming off. Good. You've not been good enough, you clown.
He's made all 5 subs in the 66th minute.
He's had no choice, has he? Two of them.
Well, yeah, 2 of them. Yeah, but I mean, to make 3 now as well.
Yeah, well, why not now? The game's gone anyway.
Do you know what, lads? Yeah, see for Brighton.
Maybe.
Can I ask you guys a question? Would any of you say Mustafi's had a bad game in this very game here?
No.
Looking at Mustafi.
He's done all right. He's done all right.
No.
I thought he's been decent.
Yeah,
I was calling for him to start. I thought he'd been decent. In this game. I thought Tierney's been excellent.
Mustafi was good in the few games before the break, wasn't he, as well?
Before the break, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
the partnership with Mari and Mustafi was working. It was, but Mari got injured. I don't know what the extent of that will be, but David Luiz comes on and then it all goes to shit. So yeah, it's just. I mean, realistic. Like I know I said 1-0, and like I'm gonna say this. Like I know I said 1-0.
Wow.
And hope of just like of hope that we get something right. Even Ola knew when we did the live show that I knew I wasn't serious. Like I was trying to be positive, but at the same time, did anyone really expect us to beat City tonight?
Ryan did.
Yeah,
I did.
Before the £200, before that.
No, I was saying a draw. I will take a draw and run with it. I told you. I was if on your stream I did say to you like, what was you smoking? I needed some of what you had. And I had some of what you had. And look where it got me. I had some of what you had. Look where it got me.
I didn't tell you to go to Sam Brooklyn, mate. That's yours.
So I mean, look, now City's they're on autopilot right now, and they've turned this into a training session. Literally turned this into a training session.
They're bringing De Bruyne off because they're 2-0. What is De Bruyne gonna need to expend energy for? Like they're just bringing on Fernandinho. Like they're just playing play now.
Yeah.
Fernandinho and Rodri have just come on 2 DMs. Like you kidding me?
The port's gone off. Yeah. They've changed formation. Yeah.
Yeah. They're content with it now.
Fernandinho will probably play centre half when Rodri will go into midfield.
Yeah, well.
I mean, anybody that expects Aubameyang to sign a new contract, why will have a liability like David Luiz in defense?
But why would he sign a new contract when he looks at the team we've got?
Yeah.
Fucking goes in.
Do you know what, lads? I truly believe that Aubameyang signing a new contract is heavy reliant on the business we do in the summer. If we revamp
possibly where we finish as well.
No, I don't think where we finish has anything to do with it, to be honest. I think it's more to the fact that we need to show ambition because I mean, you look at that midfield and you look at that defense, we're getting nowhere with that because Aubameyang, he scores us goals.
Has he touched the ball in the second half, Aubameyang?
I don't know if he has.
Just about 2 minutes.
Did he touch in the first half? Did he touch him on twice in the first half?
Yeah, he did. He was getting down the flanks, though.
I must have forgotten that.
But now we're just getting torn apart.
God. Now, we're just they're just toying with, man. Like, honestly, they could have hit some of those first time and it would be 3-0 and it'd be job done, but they're just toying with, man, now.
I mean, I have to say, Arteta's approach initially, especially in the first half, was a decent enough approach. It was whether we was going to be able to sustain it, and that's always been our problem. That's always been our problem in majority of these big fixtures. We have an approach, and can you sustain it for 90 minutes? So my problem now is, why does teams like Wolves, teams like Sheffield United, teams like, I don't know, those mid-table teams, Burnley, can go and frustrate a team like Liverpool, frustrate a team like Man City, Manchester United for 90 minutes, stay dedicated to their game plan, and they stick to the game plan for 90 minutes.
Even Watford, they were bottom of the league at the start of the year. And now
why does those teams, how are they able to stick to a game plan, have a game plan, stick to it, and execute it? How are they able to do that? We can't.
Because, right, if you've got a team like Sheffield United going away to Liverpool, they're not under pressure to get a result, are they? We're Arsenal. We're under pressure to get a result in every single game. So we can't just go to Man City and think, well, if we lose 1-0, we've done all right. If Sheffield United lose 1-0,
look at this, lads, right? The away record against the top 6, 25 games, 0 wins, 10 draws, 15 losses. That should tell you all you need to know about our record against the big sides away from home.
I'm sorry. I know what you're saying, that, those teams aren't under pressure to get results away from. But we have to look at, this is what I keep saying. I've said this time and time again. We have to look at the Arsenal now, not the Arsenal of before. Yeah, we had the clout before. Look, we're a big club. I understand that. But today, we're not a big team. We don't act like a big team. We haven't got a decent enough team to go out and be looking for or going toe-to-toe and trying to get a result against City or Liverpool, if you ask me. And when we have a game plan, when we have a game plan, I expect our team to look. We should know our strengths and weaknesses, right? And if we know that team is technically better than us, and they got better player than us, we all know that. We're not stupid. Even fans can see it. So these players know it, right? So you have a game plan, and then you go on the pitch and work according to those game plans. And sometimes we see the manager actually set up in that way. Like, look, we're going to sit back and counter them. United do it all the time. That's how they beat City. That's how they beat City and Liverpool all the time. They sit back, soak the pressure, and catch them on the counter. And they stick to the game plan. They've done it to us so many times. When we thought we had a better squad than United, United's come to our ground with bare bones. We play. I'm licking my chops when I see the lineup that United has come with. Like, we're gonna batter them today. I swear. I'm thinking, we're gonna turn them over, and then they just come round to the Emirates and they soak up the pressure. 60 minutes, catch us on the counter 1-0. Then we go gung ho looking for the equalizer. We concede 2 goals, and they just sit back and see the game out. We've lost so many games like that. We've done it with Liverpool, City, even Spurs sometimes. We keep doing it. And now all the mid-table teams like Everton, Wolves, they're now seeing that system and they're using it against us. Yeah. They're now seeing it and they're using it against us. And
the thing is, Ollie, people talk about the pressure, United's expectations are higher than anybody's. Like, when you look at United's expectations of their fan base, it's up there with the Real Madrids and the Bayern Munichs and the Barcelonas. Yet they're able to keep it tight, compact, hit teams on the break, and have a game plan and stick to it. The last time we had a game plan against the top 6 side and we stuck to it was 5 years ago against a Pellegrini-ran Man City side. Come on, that's ridiculous.
I mean, what you got to remember is, though, as well, I mean, you're saying about Man United, over the last 3 or 4 seasons, how much better than United have been than us? They haven't really, have they? They might be able to go away to Man City and get a result, right? Occasionally they've done it. They've got a result maybe against Liverpool when we always get turned over. But then they drop points to the stupid teams at home like Burnley and stuff, the teams that we always beat. So, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I mean, we're nowhere near where we need to be, but neither are they. I mean, let's not get carried away.
I'm not saying that United are where they should be, Richard, right? But what I'm saying is, in terms of the what Ola was saying earlier about the pressures of the mid-table clubs, and
Oh no, United have got the pressure. No, I agree with that. Definitely, like you said, I agree with that. They've got the biggest pressure because they're expected to win every game, aren't they? Whoever they play.
Listen, I'm not saying United are where they should be. I'm not saying that at all. Like, as far as I'm concerned, United are, well, in a similar position as us, but I would argue our position is actually worse because we've got a worse squad.
Yeah, we probably have got a worse squad. Yeah, we've got the worst squad in the top half of the league at the minute, I think.
Yeah, how this team is still within. Well, we're not now. We're not getting top 5 now. Like, we're dead.
Well, we still can. Mathematically, we still can. I'm still going to believe we can until we can't. Mathematically, we can't.
Ryan and
we can still win 5-6 games if the teams that we've got to play. We can still get 5 wins, and that could be enough to get 5th.
Maybe.
Absolutely, but I mean, I had this discussion with Colin. Was it last week? A couple of weeks ago. I wanted to know your view on this, Ryan and Richard. How would you feel about missing out on Europe this season and going into the next season just playing Premier League games and the cup games to take stock of where we really are as a football team, as a football club? Because, I know we're a big club, but as a football team, and just taking stock of where we are as a team. How do you feel about missing out on Europe?
I mean, we had this discussion yesterday with Kevin Campbell, actually, and he was sort of saying that he didn't think it'd be a problem if we missed out on Europe. I just think financially it could be an issue slightly, and I think attracting players could be an issue as well. But having said that, as he pointed out yesterday, Liverpool and Chelsea both spent a season out of Europe, and it didn't do them any harm. And if that's the way it is, then I'd take a year out of Europe if we can come back stronger. But there's no guarantee. I mean, I thought being out of the Champions League for 1 year would maybe help us. And all it's done is we've just got worse and worse since then. And my worry is if we miss out on Europe next season, we're going to end up going further back. It's hard enough now just getting in 6.
Well, Leonard could be in trouble here.
Here's the thing with that, right? And I'm with you in the sense that we a season being out of Europe wouldn't be the worst thing, like, because in fact it would probably help us in the long term as well, like, because with United and Chelsea, they had to, I guess, like, overspend to get the players in. Like, I mean, okay, maybe that presents itself as a problem with this whole pandemic situation, but at the same time, if that means we're having to kind of get rid of the deadwood and clear the wages and bring in better players just by overpaying for 1 year, and then we can take stock of it afterwards, then I'd be all for it. Because right now, with this team, assuming if we get Europa League for next season, what is actually going to change with this team? Because we're having to split like concentrations between the league, the cups, and Europa League across a full season. And it's been proven over time that the Europa League fucks your season up. Simple as. Like, it's done that for us twice.
And the longer we spend in Europa League, the longer we're gonna wallow in the misfortune of it's going to be at the expense of us doing well in the league, getting into top 4, and probably challenging. We're not going to be challenging for a long time. The longer we stay in Europa League, in my opinion.
We're looking down the barrel yet. Like, people will say, "Oh, you can't," what if, like, what? Because the old adage, like, under Wenger was, "Oh, if we get rid of him, we'll end up like Man United." Well, first things first, we were never on Man United's level to begin with, so we can't end up like Man United, right? But the thing about it is now we're looking at 4 years being out of the Champions League, and at that point, it's a different job, yeah. And I'm glad Arteta's got the job, because what tonight has proven to me, right? And I've known this for a long time, and Ola will tell you this himself, yeah. We've had a player problem for a long time, okay? Not a manager problem yet. We kind of put our problems down to Arsene Wenger at the time, purely because the tactics side of it was not good enough, and we felt like he was getting towards the end of it, right? We had Unai Emery come in. He didn't work for whatever reason, whether that was he didn't get the players that he wanted, even though we spent money, and, you know, whatever it was, that he just wasn't playing to the players' strengths, fine. But we've now got Arteta, who in a few months has managed to improve the performances of some players, right? But like I've said for a long time, that is only sustainable for so long. Now you're looking down the gun barrel and you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe it's not the manager. Maybe the players just aren't good enough. And that goes back to what Russ Morgan was saying in the chat about the recruitment. The recruitment at Arsenal has been piss poor for over a decade. And it's about time people woke up and realized that. Because until we get better recruitment at this club, then you will not see change. For example, Ola said to me in the Arsenal and Chill hangout that we did a week ago, yeah? We are the only club in world football that signs players when they're injured, yeah? Who's doing these guys' medicals? What kind of witch doctor crap is this? Who raised these fuckers?
I think Matt Hancock's doing them. I think Matt Hancock's doing our player the medicals, I reckon.
Oh. But you know what I mean? Like, everything I'm saying is relevant to the past decade.
Yeah, no, it is, and this is the result, isn't it? This is the result of 10 years. Yeah. And this is the end result, isn't it? This is the end result. And in a way, if this is as bad as it's going to get, and it is as bad as it's been, then, you know, we can only come forward from here, can't we? And Arteta hopefully can rebuild, and he'll have to start from scratch, really. You know, I say that there's 3 or 4 young players that are worth persevering with, and that's it. The goalkeeper, and you know, Aubameyang's obviously not going to stay, is he? I mean, why would he? You know, why would he want to play for this team? I'd be out if it was me. If I was him,
it's Alexis all over again, isn't it? Like, he's just seeing bare man around him, and it's just like
it's Van Persie all over again as well.
It's Van Persie,
and this is where the rhetoric of we are Arsenal has to be. We have to take the tinted glasses off and start looking at who we really are now. Because if we can't keep players like Aubameyang, players like Alexis at the club and show them that we have ambition as a big club, we need to start looking at ourselves. We need to look in the mirror and say, you know, where are we as a club? We're falling giants at the moment. We're sleeping giants at the moment. And
Colin, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Who the hell is Daniel Rashford?
You did not. It was like it was something. It was
Matt Hancock got his name wrong this morning.
Oh, right. Right. That got me there for a minute. Can I take a minute as well?
Man, you can take them off our hands because they like over the hill players, so they can have him.
Whoa, Aubameyang is an over the hill player now? Come on, please.
They could have David Luiz as well.
Yeah, they can have David Luiz. He's definitely over the hill, but I don't think Aubameyang is quite there yet. He's still got very good 2 years in him. Now, can I take a minute, please? I just want to take 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds. Actually, I'll take a minute of Colin Anthony Taylor, a cockroach. Let's describe him for the cockroach that he is. Right.
Yeah.
Garcia got pulled. He pulled that Eddie Nketiah on the edge of the box. Both arms around his neck. And he was saying that to Eddie Nketiah. He was doing that, telling him to get up like he dived or something. The man literally pulled him down. And now we see David Luiz. He just tugged Mahrez a little bit. All right, Mahrez has gone past him, but he just literally tugged him. He didn't have 2 hands around him. He didn't do. He went as bait. He went as bait as what Garcia did on the edge of the box, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to point to the spot. I've never seen a referee against us point to the spot so many times as quick as he does. I think Mike didn't he has delayed reaction. But with Anthony Taylor, he's so fast. He's so fast pointing to the spot. It's like he's waiting for it. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to take a minute to describe how much of a cockroach he is. And if he never refs that game again, I'd be happy.
You're not going to find any argument, I don't think.
No.
He's Ozil leaving. Well, he might well be after today.
Yeah.
He might be.
Do you know what though? Right, I'm not against Ozil leaving, to be honest, because I mean, okay, fine, he's got world class ability, fine, but you know, let's be honest with ourselves. He's not delivered at Arsenal in the slightest. I'm sorry, he hasn't. He's had one good half season. Don't get me wrong. When we signed him from Real Madrid, I'm thinking, you know what, prime Mesut Ozil leaving Real Madrid, come to Arsenal. Yes, let's fucking go. But now it's just he's getting on, like he's on the wrong side of 30 for a start, and he's on astronomical wages. He's got 2 assists in what was it, like 2 seasons? Like, come on, that ain't good enough.
I made this point earlier on. And if you can answer if you can answer me when I ask this, can any of you, without going to Google it or look for it, tell me how much David Luiz's money is on? How much does David Luiz get every week? Do you know?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Does anyone know? Do you know why his wages doesn't come into question? Because he's giving consistent performances year in, year out for the last 8 years. It's not once does the question of David Luiz's wages ever come into question. I don't know what he earns. You know why I don't know? Because I don't care. And I'm sure a lot of City fans don't care. You know why? Because he's a fantastic player and he delivers every week. He's the talisman for them and he does what he says on the tin every time for them. Now, when you have a player like that in your team, what he earns is irrelevant. But now with Ozil, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, but what you remember is Man City don't have to worry about how much players get, do they? Because they'll just pay whatever because they've got the money to. We can't do that, can we? So what we pay players is quite important to the club because we can't afford to pay the same wages that Man City do. We haven't got that money, have we? So if Ozil's on a big contract, which he is, it becomes massively important when he doesn't.
But you're missing my point. If he performs week in, week out, and does his job properly, his wages will be irrelevant to all of us.
Yeah, but look at the players around David Silva. Look at the players around David Silva. It'd be hard not to play well if you're a good player in that team. Ozil's playing in our team. You know, Maradona would struggle to play well in our team. Cristiano Ronaldo would struggle to play well in our team. Messi would struggle in our team because we just don't have the players there. You can't have one good player. You need to have 6, 7, 8 good players. Man City have got that. David Silva's got an easy job, hasn't he? Kevin De Bruyne has got an easy job. They're great players, but they can thrive in that team. We've got absolute shit in our team, and we expect Ozil to do well. Ozil's not that sort of player. He needs good players around him. Put Ozil in this Man City team, he would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Put him in our team, he's absolutely nothing. Our team
there's a reason why when he was on the market, nobody came to get him. Nobody tried to sign him.
Okay,
we signed him.
Ozil might be past it, right? But here's the thing: you look past Mesut Ozil, right?
This is ridiculous.
Our other world-class player, our other world-class player, Aubameyang, yeah. He scores goals, but he can't do everything on his own. He can't.
No, he's not that sort of player, is he?
No. He'll score the goals, but if the defense is letting him in every time, like it's just like
free passes, man. Like this is upsetting.
It really is. Oh my god. Oh. There it is. It's done.
Oh,
there you go. 3-0.
Sake.
I honestly
fucking Foden as well. Foden. Really Bill Foden.
Can't stand that little twat either, Foden. Look at that, and look at him.
The kid that never plays is overhyped.
Oh yeah, he's massively overhyped, yeah.
Oh, he's got Pep Guardiola. Oh, he's better than Messi, but he never plays with him. Yet Messi is playing with himself.
He's not even as good as Saka, is he? Foden.
Fucking great.
That is a pathetic. What is our defense doing?
Oh, what was
Well, we haven't got a defence, have we?
We ain't got no defence.
We've got Kieran Tierney playing centre back. He's barely a left back.
Oh, Tierney. Oh.
And Mustafi's just flew in the end to that there.
Do you know what though? Like, we're 3-0 down, and do you know what the worst thing is?
We are royally screwed.
So they could quite easily get another one.
I mean, let's be fair. Let's be fair, right? This game, we wasn't expecting to get anything anyway. Realistically, was it? It had took something special for us to get even a draw. Realistically, you know, we've lost this game. Yeah, let's forget it. Move on. We've still got 9 games left. You know, we can still win a lot of them. So let's worry about that. You know, it's a shit team. It's terrible, but you know, it's Man City, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, we're just shit, lads.
Yeah, no, we are. We're total shit. Yeah, total shit. I'll get rid of all of them except for maybe 2 or 3 of these. I'll keep 2 or 3 and get rid of the rest. They're all shit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if Aubameyang goes, yeah, I'm not going to hold that against him. I mean,
I wouldn't. I'll be amazed if he doesn't go. I'll be amazed.
Why would you stay if you know you've got bare shit man around you?
Yeah, exactly. I feel sorry for him because he's a class player. He scores goals. You know, he's got a chance to win the Golden Boot, and he's probably thinking, "I'm never going to win the Golden Boot playing in this team now." They're not even giving me the ball. He touched the ball 3 times.
He did last year, but like,
it's Jared, yeah.
I mean, okay, fine. He's the first Arsenal player.
Yeah, but let's remember last season. We at this time last season, this many games into the season, we were like 4th, weren't we? We were a better team last season. We were. And we've gone downhill this season. For whatever reason, you know, the problems behind the scenes with the managers changing 3 times and whatever. But ultimately, the recruitment last summer was pretty shit. The players we've got in aren't good enough, and we haven't improved our team. We haven't improved our team, have we, from 3 or 4 years ago?
No.
I think you're being generous, Richard. We haven't improved our team in over 10 years. Over 10 years we haven't because every time we've got a top player, instead of building around them, we get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then we bring somebody else in that's a top player. Don't build around them, and then we get rid of them.
But I just think back 3 years ago, we won the FA Cup, right? We beat Man City in the semi-final. We beat Chelsea in the final. That was a good team, you know. We had Ramsey there. We had Giroud. You know, we had a decent team. You know, Mertesacker at the back, which was still all right. Koscielny. You know, that's a better team than what we've got now. And that was only 3 years ago. We won the FA Cup, and that was a decent Arsenal team. It wasn't great compared to the great team, but it was a decent team. If we had that team now, we'd be top 4. You know, we've in 3 years, we've gone from that a team that was actually half decent that could win the cup to this, and that's just in 3 years.
I mean, we've also been in top 4 with worse teams than this. You know, and the Andre Santos, the Shamaks, the Senogos, the Skilashes. You know, we've been in top
players out there, didn't we? We still had really good players in the first 11. Some of the squad players weren't very good, but the first 11 we had good players, didn't we? We had real top quality players. We were getting in the top 4 because. Oh
my God! How is it missed that? How? I thought that was in the back of the net. I mean, Ederson is just playing as a midfielder now.
Wait, lads, is it just putting you guys are all right?
Three passes from Ederson. Ederson's passed the ball, one to the midfield player. Midfield player is giving it to Aguero, and they're shooting in our net. Literally from Ederson to the midfield player, straight to Aguero, and they just slice it right through the middle of the park like that with 2 passes.
Have you noticed as well that they don't tend to do that against a lot of other teams, do they? They play more against us. They go for long ball, because they know that's
19 attempts from Manchester City, 12 on target, and we got 0 on target. This is a training session.
That is pathetic, man.
You just seen that just now, Colin? Have you just seen that? It's absolutely. Oh my God! I mean. This is the type of thing where you know what, you have to be happy. You have to be happy for the fans that they haven't had to pay to go and watch this shite. right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I agree
imagine traveling fans that have to travel all the way to Manchester.
I would have been here usually as well. I would have been going to this game.
Exactly.
So
you know, imagine that. It's a very, very expensive day out. It costs you nearly 200 quid to go and do that, and this is what they serve you.
Yeah. To be fair, though, it's generally been like that the last couple of years, isn't it? Away from home, we've been terrible.
So bad.
Look at that, 12 shots on target. No shots on target for Arsenal. That's brilliant.
It's
well played,
so bad. So bad. Give the fans nothing to cheer for. Not one thing to cheer for.
I really do.
We've waited 11 weeks for this.
It goes back to why I wanted this fuck avoided.
Can we go back to lockdown now?
I wanted the league voided at the beginning, and here we are.
We're not void it now. Can we just not void it? They've all tested positive, every single one of them. They can't play again for the rest of the season. It's all over. They've got to go home and stay home.
Have we just had a shot on target?
No, I don't think so. It hasn't reached me yet. I'm a bit behind anyway, my stream, so.
It's just not.
We didn't have a shot on target.
When was the last game we didn't have a shot on target? When was that, do you reckon? How long ago do you reckon that was? When we'd never had a shot on target in a whole game?
No fucking clue, mate. No fucking clue.
I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while.
I reckon my guess will be probably 50 years ago or something like that. Even then, we probably had shots on goal. We've always had shots on goal. You know what I mean? When was the last game we didn't have one shot on target? Maybe actually Leicester away this year. I don't know if we did actually.
Look at Aubameyang's face, man. He just looks dejected, man.
Well, of course he does.
I feel so sorry for him.
They've looked forward to this all week, and he's reminded why
No one can tell me that Aubameyang's had a bad game because at least he's tried tonight. You know,
he's not got the ball, is he? He's just not got no service.
No, the service is non-existent. I'm not I mean, okay, there's a couple of chances that he could have done better with, but bar that, he's done everything possible except put the ball in the back of the net.
I promise you, there'll still be some people there will still be some people out there that would go after Arteta for his selection. And tonight, based on tonight's game, I don't feel selection was a problem. It was when I first saw it, but after watching like the first 30 minutes, I thought, you know what, I can see what he's trying to do.
Yeah, but plus as well, he had to make 2 changes in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. The injuries forced his hand.
Everything's gone out the window then, hasn't it? So whatever his plan was, he had 20 minutes of it, and then it's gone out the window, and it wasn't long after that when the game started going away from it. So, you know, I don't necessarily blame Arteta. He picked the team he thought could win, and we'll never know whether or not that would have happened. The injuries have just changed it all. I mean, as Xhaka getting injured after 5 minutes, whatever it was, you know.
Maybe 5 minutes.
Exactly. So the game plan's changed, and obviously Mari getting injured soon after that, and you know it's changed everything. So I don't blame Arteta. I just blame the players because I don't think
Surprise! De Bruyne has got man of the match. They said it was fat. They said he's got fat belly. They said he's not fit. And he's just he just had a masterclass against us again. Loves getting man of the match against us. He does.
Yeah, it's either him or Aguero, isn't it, usually?
That first goal just killed it for us, and we never recovered mentally from it.
Well, to be fair, though, that had been coming for 10 minutes, hadn't it? Because they had three or four chances, and we needed to hang on, and we didn't. And that has changed the game. But I think the injuries have had a big effect on the way that we approach the game. Anyway, I can't believe this is still going on 100 minutes. What they're doing? They should just finish this half hour ago.
I think it was down to the injury from the player Ederson.
Don't bother playing the 10 minutes. Forget it. Just end it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, does it? The game was over a long time ago.
I agree with you.
Just put us out of our misery, innit?
Yeah, just blow his fucking whistle.
Exactly, yeah. Just blow the whistle, yeah.
Bring on Saturday now. Yay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Brighton's another team. It's a bogey team to us, aren't they, exactly. Brighton? We've done terrible against them the last couple of years, so I'm not exactly thinking we can go there and win either.
No.
Yeah, potential banana skin, mate. Potential banana skin.
Exactly. They have been the last couple of years, haven't they? We never went beat them for a while, Brighton.
And what really gets me is a nobody player is gonna come on that ain't done nothing for Brighton all this time, and he's gonna probably do something tangible for Brighton in that game. So it's it's a bad day at the office, but
Yeah.
the Premier League is back, guys. How you feeling? You happy?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You're
No.
down or...
Can we end it again and restart in about 3 months? When we bought about 18 players and got rid of all this shit.
I was worried there for a minute, Colin. I thought you were to pull the knife or something. I was worried about you there for a minute, mate.
Hear you, that's why. I don't know why. Your mic can't let me hear you. So I think
can't be.
Oh, dear.
Let's take the positives now. Let's take the positives. We can't get relegated in this season. As far as this season is concerned, you know what I mean? We're not getting relegated. That's the positive.
We've got the 40 points, haven't we? So we're safe.
Yeah, we're safe. We're safe.
I mean,
we are staying up. Say we are staying up.
I don't blame Arteta on the slightest for tonight because he had a game plan. Useless players didn't stick to it. So it's the way it was.
I don't know.
Anyway, I am gonna go and wallow in my alcohol, and think about doing extra shifts after extra shifts to pay this £200 that David Luiz has cost me.
We're only 5 points off top 5. We're only 5 points off with 9 games to go. That's doable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's doable.
Look at a goal difference, +1. That's a terrible goal.
It's doable, but with these players, though.
Mean, does anyone really trust this team to pull that off? Because I don't.
No, probably not. I just thought the league table come up. I thought, you know what, 5 points isn't that much, is it really? Isn't that much? We can get 6 points in the next 2 games, can't we? And that's.
You know what they were saying? Oh, City don't care about winning the league. Oh, City don't care. They know Liverpool's winning the league now. They don't care about winning the league. They're not even gonna play well. That's what they were saying.
They didn't even try that. We made it easy for them. Again.
The thing is, did you really think that Pep wouldn't want to beat Arteta? He'd be telling his players, he'd be going, he's left us in the shit. He thinks he's done better. We're going to show him. And that's what he just done.
Exactly that. I said just to make a statement and remind him that just because you know what we do, don't mean that I showed you every trick in the book. I didn't show you every trick in the book. I just told you what I wanted you to know. And he just literally showed the whole world there. So that's just debunked the whole thing. All that talk about Arteta knows what Man City is gonna do. Arteta knows Man City. That's debunked all of that. So I don't ever want to hear the argument. If I see people trying to pull that stunt, I'll be telling them, listen, don't go there. You know what I mean? You gotta come with a better argument than that now, because all that Arteta knows Man City means fuck all. And we saw it with Sir Alex Ferguson over the years. How many of his students managed to win a game over him? None of them. No. None of them. They all went down to Old Trafford and got spanked. All of them. Steve Bruce, Mark Hughes, you name it. That studied under Sir Alex Ferguson. None of them got a win over him. You know why? He took that shit personal. He took it personally. No, there's no way. You're not getting a win out of here today.
That's exactly what Pep was doing there. You could see at the end when Arteta went over to him, he was like saying to him, "You've got a lot to learn, son."
Yeah, absolutely. You know. Yeah.
But it doesn't help with the players that Arteta's inherited. Until he gets his own squad and gets back.
No, it doesn't. That's true. Any manager's only as good as the players they've got, aren't they? At the end of the day, and our players aren't good enough. There's no doubt about that. But having said that, though, there are still question marks over the team he picked. We don't know yet how well that team would have done without the injuries. So it's hard to say. We started okay, but ultimately, they've got better players than us in virtually every position, haven't they? If it wasn't for Leno in goal, that's a 6-7-0, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly. It is absolutely.
You know, and everyone jumped on Wenger when we lost 8-2 to Man United, when we lost 6-0 to Chelsea. That game tonight was no different. It's just that Leno's made 4 or 5 good saves to stop the scoreline looking like that. That game was just as bad as all of them under Wenger when we got hammered by teams. That was just as bad.
Yeah, but that 8-2 game though, that was Wenger being stubborn and not going in the market. And I remember soon after we lost 8-2, we went and bought like 6-7 players in one go. And I thought to myself, so why have you been all window? Why have you waited till we got annihilated 8-2 to go and buy all these players? When you could have done that, preparing the players to go to United.
Oh, that was the same window, right?
I think
not even the worst left back. The worst player I have ever seen in my life. So as far as I'm concerned, that window.
Who's that player? Right? Who's that player then?
Andre Santos.
I got spanked by United, and all of a sudden it's like.
Didn't we buy Karlstrom in that same window?
No, okay.
No, I think that was the year after.
Was it January? Was that a January window?
That was the January window, yeah, but that was the year after. That was the year after.
Oh my God, we've signed some bozos, didn't we? We really have signed some bozos.
Yeah. Well, that's where we are, isn't it? That's why we'd be top of the league if we bought better players.
And he's still at fucking Roma smashing it. It's funny that you go to Italy, you'll look like a world beater, but Gervinho's still shit. So there you go.
So what? I'm just sick of the recruitment. No matter what happens in this end of season, these last 9 games, as we've touched on earlier, recruitment needs to be sorted this summer, and back Arteta, get his squad together, get the deadwood out, the crap out now, get what he needs, and we can start building. And yeah, in answer to your question on earlier, if it worst case scenario, if we don't get Europe, it's not the worst thing in the world. It could benefit us in the long term.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you'll do us a world of good. I really do. I think you'll do us a world of good because you'll give Arteta that time to really take stock of what he's really got. His expectations, what he can get out of them week in, week out. No niggling injuries all the time, and they can wrap them in cotton wool. And then they go again.
Are we going to buy the players to take us back into Europe again and then back onto the next level? In the meantime, let's have a season out of Europe. Yeah, fair enough. If Arteta can work with the players and improve what he's got, brilliant. But are we then going to buy the players after that?
That's what I would expect. That's what I would expect to happen. That's what I would expect to happen.
When we've been in Europe, we haven't spent the money. Why are we going to spend the money when we're not in Europe? I don't understand that.
But what I'm trying to say is, if we then figure that out and then get into the top 4, with the money getting into top 4, and getting the revenue from there, Arteta can then go and shop and do the proper, and get proper quality players that wouldn't, and it wouldn't be a novice. He would have had a very, very good season, a proper first season in the Premier League. He would have had this season, had the next season out of Europe, so he'd have had 2 seasons under his belt. And with that, qualifying for Champions League, going into the 3rd season, he can then attract players. Players wouldn't just say, "Oh, he's a novice." Players, all these top players that he can get in and around Europe would have a reason to want to come play for Arteta. So that's my thinking long term, that this could be the way to go. I'm not necessarily saying it's the best way, but it's a very, very good and viable option if we were to not make the top 6 and miss out on Europa League.
If we then use that time wisely and rebuild, then yes. But I'm not sure if we'll do that. I just think that it could be the start of a downward spiral that could take 10 years to get out of. That's what worries me.
But that's the case, then the question's got to be asked to Stan again, even more than what we are asking now, because he's allowing this to happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's where it comes down to, isn't it? The direction the club want to go in now, what the owners want to take us in. Do they want to invest in the team, invest in the club to move us up a level or not? And if they're not going to do that, we're going to end up finishing 8th, 9th and 10th for the next 4 or 5 years, aren't we? However good Arteta is as a coach, he can't make miracles happen.
Well, the thing about that is, right, we'll say that, okay, let's say we do finish outside the top 6, right? I don't think that, okay, people will say that, oh, if we finish outside the top 6, we could be like, in a downhill spiral and whatnot. Yeah. Well, my argument is this has been happening long before this season. Yeah. And the way I see it, a season out of Europe, while I take Richard's point on board that, okay, we don't know if the board are going to, pull the finger out and whatnot. I mean, even though they did in the summer. But that said...
Yeah, but did they, though? I mean, our recruitment last summer was dreadful. We didn't buy one half-decent player, did we? We didn't. We spent 75 million or 71 million on Pepe, who's absolute shit. That's the worst bit of business I think we've ever done in the whole club's history.
We also brought in Tierney. Brought in Martinelli as well.
Tierney's been injured this season. He's played 4 games. He doesn't look that great, does he?
I don't think Pepe is shit, right? I think he's just settling in, right? But then again, right, I take Ola's point on board from last week that, buying Tierney, while I do rate him, right, how did he pass his medical exactly? Because he was injured when we bought him. So,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I just...
Another one.
He's been permanently injured, hasn't he?
I mean, okay, he's been playing consistently for Celtic without much injuries anyway, but, this year is really the only season when it's hit him. But then again, you think to yourself, well, why do we continuously buy players who are injured? Like, I mean, do we not like go through a thorough scouting process, or is the scouting at Arsenal that inept that we can't do our fucking jobs correctly?
Who knows? I mean, to be fair, I mean, Tierney had a hernia operation, didn't he, last summer? So they probably thought, well, he's going to recover from a hernia operation. He's not going to be available for the first month of the season, and then it's a long-term investment, isn't it? And unfortunately, he played 4 games and got injured again, didn't he? And it's just unfortunate. I mean, I don't know whether he's going to be good enough yet, because I've not seen enough of him. He's had one good game against Nottingham Forest, one good game against, was it Standard Liège, I think, at the Emirates, and that's it. But he's not played enough games. For me, that wasn't a good investment for this season, was it? If you look at all the players we bought last summer, none of them have really done well, have they, this season? None of them have set the world on fire. And you look at them and think, that was a poor transfer window for me last summer.
Well, you look at it, right, and you think a player the caliber of Pepe, right, like, because let's be honest, right, I mean, you say Pepe is shit, right? I don't go along with that logic. I really don't. I think Pepe will come good for us, right? Now,
I hope he does. I just haven't seen anything for me to think that he's going to. Even players before that have struggled in their first season, Robert Pires and people like that. You could see that they had something
right. Here's what I'm going to start with, right? Because you look at Robert Pires' first season compared to Pepe's, right? The two are incomparable, first and foremost. But one thing I will say, right, is what Perez had that Pepe doesn't have, right, is good players around him. Right? He doesn't have good players around him. Bar Aubameyang, Saka, Leno. But outside of that, I mean, we'll look at this team, and the team's just shit.
Yeah, no, the team is shit, exactly. But the team was shit last year, so you want to bring players in that's going to improve the team. We brought players in, and we've got worse. That proves that our recruitment last summer wasn't very good. And Pepe cost a lot of money. If Pepe cost 30 million, I think fair enough, but he cost 70 million. 70 million pounds, our biggest ever signing, that is. We look at some of the players that we've had, even some of the ones that we've bought, he cost more money than Aubameyang, he cost more money than Lacazette, he cost more money than Ozil. That's what he's produced this season. That's just not good enough. It's not good enough. And that was a terrible buy last year. And whether or not he's going to come good or not, is he ever going to be a 70 million pound player? I very much doubt he will.
Well, you have to think about, okay, let's forget price tags for a minute, yeah? Because let's be honest here, the market tends to fluctuate regardless.
Actually, I've just seen that goal again. That's Mustafi's fault. He stopped running. He stopped tracking Sterling. You watch. Louise misses the ball, and Mustafi just stopped and let Sterling run past him.
Oh,
he's got to anticipate a mistake, and he didn't. I mean, yeah, it's a bad mistake there. He's just let him go. Let him run past him.
Highlight reel. And it ain't a good highlight reel.
Yeah, he's just let him run past him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Terrible.
I'm guessing all will be on the wrong side.
Yeah, and my glass is empty. I need to go and fill it up and drown my sorrows.
And go through it all again on Saturday. And then next Thursday, and then the following
rinse and repeat, mate. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully you're right about Brighton, and we're able to get a win against them. But at this rate, I don't know anymore, man. I really don't know.
No, I don't know.
Because of the injuries, and obviously there is a red card now. It's going to be an interesting starting 11 on Saturday anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, we'll see. It's hopefully Mari's. Otherwise, it's going to be Mustafi and Sokratai as our two central defenders, and that doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. I have to be honest. I mean,
quit the feeder. Let's quit the feeder.
Mari being taken off is really a precaution. Hopefully, because I can't have Socrates and Mustafi in the same battle. No.
Can you imagine what Brighton will do? They've got quite physical forwards, haven't they? So. I don't know. That would worry me if them two have to
do you know what I would do for Brighton? Yeah. Do you know what I would do for Brighton? I would take Bellerin out of the team and I'd stick Maitland-Niles at right back. Because if I'm a manager who's got any quality at wide, I'm like, okay, Bellerin, him with the shorter haircut, target him. The dead trim, target him.
The convict.
Yeah. Maybe he's got Samson thing. I know he's had his haircut. He's lost all his power.
What is that he's doing? Oh my god! Even looking at that now, it's
not a red card, though, is it? It's not a red card, though, is it? Let's be honest.
It's not a red. It's a stupid foul nonetheless.
But it's not a red card. So why has he got a red card for that? At the end of the day, it's a penalty. Book him if you have to. There's no way is that a red card. It starts off outside the box, like someone said before. There's no way that's not a red card. That is not a red card. I'm not having that as a red card. No. Absolutely no chances that a red card.
Again, this is standard of English refereeing, which is pissing me off as well. So I'm just.
Well, why isn't VAR stepping in there? Why isn't VAR stepping in and saying that's not a red card? It's a yellow card. Why aren't VAR doing that? Isn't that what VAR is meant to be for?
It's meant to be for, yeah.
VAR never works for us. I mean, there's plenty of typical examples like earlier in the season where the same decisions that other teams were getting on VAR, we weren't getting the same decisions. In fact, we were actually being robbed.
Was it against Crystal Palace when we scored that goal? Nothing wrong with it, and they disallowed it. Remember, VAR
they disallowed it.
Yeah.
Remember I mean, we've been robbed so many times by VAR. It's pathetic. So yeah, man, it's gonna be like that. Anyway, I'm gonna love you guys and
cheers
and bow out. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's been a long day today, man. But
been a long day.
we got there in the end. But yeah, hopefully, we get a result in the next game. Who we got next? Brighton.
Right.
Then Wolves. Is it Brighton then Wolves?
No, Brighton, Southampton.
Oh right, okay. Yeah. So hopefully we're able to get some kind of result against those guys.
We might get 1 point. We're lucky.
Do me a favour, yeah. Just don't be drinking any Sambuca over the weekend, yeah.
Oh my God.
Away from the betting.
Yeah, I'm staying well away from alcohol. Well, I say that. I say that I go right back to.
Yeah, just don't bet on us again.
Oh God! All right, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for having me, man.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you, Richard.
And you, mate. Yeah, take it easy. Have a good day.
Hopefully we'll have a better one under better circumstances, mate. You know what I mean?
One day, it's coming in it. One day.
All right. Enjoy, guys.
Take it easy, mate.
And yeah, cheers Richard for coming on as well in the circumstances.
Well, I mean, it was fun, wasn't it? It's good to have football back, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, in the circumstances, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, before the game, we looked at the team, and we wasn't expecting miracles really, and it kind of went pretty much as I'd expected it was going to beforehand. It's just that we started quite well, and it's more disappointing when injuries have happened, and then it's not a red card, really, is it? And we've been a bit unfortunate there, but it is what it is, isn't it? We, at the end of the day, we were never probably going to win against Man City, were we? If we're honest. Because they're just a better team than us, so we need to accept that. And all we've got to try and do now is we've got some games coming up against teams that are below us in the table, and they're the teams we've got to get results against. At the end of the day, I know Brighton's a bogey team. Southampton generally away is a bogey ground for us as well, but we can't look at that as excuses. We need to get points on the ball, don't we? We need at least 4 points from the next 2 games minimum, really, don't we? Now,
yeah, definitely now. Yeah, at least.
Are we good enough to get it after today's shambles? I don't know. I think a whole rethink needed. We've got injuries now as well, so who knows where we're going to be. But we need 4 points really from these next 2 games. Even if it's, even if you're right about Europe, right? Even if we don't get in the top 6, we can't finish this season in this sort of form, can we? We've got to start playing better. We've got to at least show that we've got something going forward, and hopefully we can finish strongly wherever that happens to be, whether it's in the top 6 or not. We need to finish the season well, and we've still got the FA Cup at the end of the day, and I know it doesn't mean anything with no fans, but it'd be nice to win it, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to wrap things up now because I've got to do some cooking for my brother's just coming from work.
Yeah, I think I need to go and give my head a lie down after that. But anyway,
try and stay away from the alcohol until Saturday. But yeah, cheers to everyone. Cheers, obviously, again, thanks for coming on. Thanks to Colin and Nardo coming on as well, and the people in the chat and keeping the chat going throughout the night. Appreciate that all. And yeah, back tomorrow, me and you, with Kenny.
Yeah, with another quiz, which will be good. Hopefully, hopefully my head's got round all this by then.
Well, let's concentrate and get that crown off Kenny.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to make the questions a bit more, I don't know, more difficult for him really. But I'm sure we'll catch him up one day.
Yeah, and yeah, basically we're back with that one 6 o'clock tomorrow evening UK time. So if you haven't already, do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and for this one, hit the like button as well. And until tomorrow 6 o'clock, enjoy the next few hours, and as always, up the Arsenal.